The Survivor Specialists are back with another top 50 draft. Here we got all five of us, Phil, Will, Blake, Tegwith, and McKenna in there as that swinging fifth person. We had John last week. We had Alexa the week before. Alexa couldn't make it today.
Who's the most villainous? McKenna.
Yeah. McKenna, who makes our life a living hell on the daily.
McKenna.
Alexa.
Troll of the Specialists.
Yeah. Crying over Bill Belichick not making it as a first
Oh
ballot Hall
my
of Famer.
God.
So
McKenna.
just get that rubbed in right off the bat. We are going to be doing 10 villains each, our normal draft, like we always do. Yes, the Survivor 50 stuff officially came out today. If you've been following Dalton, Sharon Tharp,
wait, who's on the cast?
I know Mike Bloom. I will say they all put out fun interviews. There's a great thing Bloom did, a friend or foe, where he was asking the players, would this person be a friend or a foe? And he went through the entire cast. It's really fun. At the end of the day, we don't need to do another cast assessment. If you want to hear our initial thoughts, we did it on May 29th, way back then. And we did a great video and we talked all about it. And we don't need to do it again. But now I guess that officially means it's like the preseason. So we're kind of doing this stuff as off-season content, but it's like preseason time. Yeah, we'll see how that changes for us. We got some things planned come February. We won't be doing all of our normal stuff in terms of games and everything because we know that there's probably going to be spoilers and we don't want people to do that and all that. So we'll be figuring stuff out. We got a game plan that might be more of a weekly thing. We got Worth Playing For saying Will always ends up with the best list. Will just paid us $10. So now I know that Will is worth playing for.
That wasn't me. Worth Playing For is absolutely correct. And thank you for the super chat.
I also hate the fact that I just had to say we now know Will is worth playing for. Do not like that sentence at all.
I'm not a prize. I'm not a trophy.
Not like those idols that have been hidden around the country, and Tegwith is going to go find the one in Miami. That's why she's here.
But if you find it, what are you going to do with it? It's not like you can play an idol.
She doesn't have to watch Big Brother next summer if she plays the idol.
Wait, you watching Big Brother?
Yeah, McKenna and Blake are Big Brother specialists who you want to talk about villain. I think Big Brother is the biggest villain of Survivor here.
Period.
We have the real one. I want to know who the person in who's doing like the Mo from The Simpsons and the real Nick Cage, who's also gone out of their way to make an Ace Gordon. Alas, my time has come. I just want to know who's sitting down.
Is Ace a villain? I feel like he's more of a hero.
Yeah.
Hey, he got screwed. Hero in my book.
Yeah.
Well, if Sugar's the hero, is Ace the villain then? I don't know.
It's
Ace, the anti-hero, maybe?
Ace, Crystal, Kenny, Randy. Pretty much everybody who hated Sugar got labeled a villain. So
I will say on my villains draft, I have a list written up. I put an honorable mention, the entire cast of Gabon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that most of Gabon, Will's already like mad at you for saying that because like his first 9 picks are going to be Gabon at this point.
Gabon has like 5 solid villains. I mean,
I literally think almost every single person is a villain in there. It's just kind of the perfect season, and that's why it's so chaotic.
And the best part is like if you were going to cast a movie and Maddie was going to be in it, he would play the villain. Like if it was an 80s movie, he'd play the villain. So even though he's the hero of the season, he'd probably play the villain.
He would be like the Wolf of Wall Street or like Catch Me If You Can or one of those type things.
The talented Mr. Ripley.
Was Leo in that?
Believe it or not, no, Will. Anyway.
I was doing Leo movies because he looks like Leo.
Oh.
That's true.
Oh,
anyway, we're going to be going. I'm going to preface with this so that everybody knows why you're listening to this. We're going with fun villains here. We're trying to go with villains on TV that didn't ruin people's lives or get kicked off Survivor. So if there's a couple names that you didn't hear or don't hear tonight, and you're like, they were the biggest villain ever. I'm not necessarily going for the biggest villains. We're going for like, I don't want real life villains on my team. It's like, whatever. We're going with Survivor villains, and we all know what makes a Survivor villain. So we're all going to be picking that. So Tegwith's in charge. I have the list this time. I can move around the names so we can actually put the order in the correct order so everybody can follow along if you're watching on YouTube. Will has just done nothing but suffer through these podcasts so far. I don't know how he's still breathing.
But still coming up with the best list according to Worth Playing For.
I don't know. Tegwith won the last one according to the internet, and I'm pretty sure that was her burners because
according to me. Are you kidding me? I literally 100%. You cannot convince me otherwise. I won, and I know it. And you know what? I slept so soundly knowing that I won that list.
So, Tegwith, you're more in on this community than I am. Who was the person I picked that made the internet hate me? There were so many people who were very explicitly saying, just not Phil. Who did I pick that was like evil that I don't realize is evil?
I don't know that there was one. Well, here's the thing. You had 3 New Era, and I know that your New Era were good, but I feel like from what I have experienced on the internet, they don't like the New Era so much. So everyone else only had 1 New Era, and I didn't have any, whereas you had 3. So I feel like maybe that's what it was, but who knows?
Interesting. Well, we'll have to see today if we pick any New Era villains and how many do get picked and who suffers from that when we turn it over to the internet and say who did the best. So, Tegwith, what's our order?
All right. So we've got first pick, Blake.
Finally.
Then we have McKenna, Will, me, then Phil, number 5.
That's not fair.
It's 5 with a PH.
Didn't we establish last week that last is the best?
I used
One
to
week
do the
you're
5.
upset, then now you're.
John put himself in last, and John did not get any votes in terms of who had the best. So I'm not feeling too good about having last now. So wait, Tegwith, you were 3rd. Will, you were 4th. I'm 5th.
I'm 4th.
When we used to have the website, I used to do the 5, which was spelled PH. And
I know, that's why I called it out. The Phil 5.
Yeah, it was great. The 5 best things from the episode.
The real ones know the Phil 5.
They do. That was a good time. That was back when we were like an actual website and everything. Now we're just a YouTube channel. There it is.
No,
Blake.
No, switch Tegwith and Will.
Oh, my bad. Worth playing for. $1.99. Number 1, Jacqueline.
I mean,
honestly,
I
if you want to spend
two best, but
$2 to roast me, go for it. Let's go. I'll be rich by the end of it.
Wait, Will gets 2 picks. What?
I like this idea of now when we all get to LA, we'll do a Survivor watch party where you can get in for $2 and be as mean as you want to Blake. So that's all you have to do. And he can't say anything. So
that is worth playing for.
That is worth playing for. I would love that. Blake, you get to kick this off. Are you going to go the Survivor auction route, or are you going to go the if it smells like a rat, give it cheese route?
So I would say in the history of Survivor, there's 50 villains to choose from, but there's only one that stands head and shoulders above everyone else, which is weird because he is so short. It's Russell Hantz is the number 1 villain. He's the first person to burn some socks in the first episode. He lied about being in Hurricane Katrina. He's actually a millionaire already. He will, pretty loyal villain, but very bad person to go against. Yes, you're going to try and shake him, but he's going to shake you harder. He has another idol. He has another idol. He has another idol. And I think that's even all that before we get to heroes versus villains. I'm wondering if heroes versus villains kind of had a different type of theming. And then Russell showed up and was such a villain where it's like, all right, let's make villains a thing so he can go full throttle again. Who else fits into a villains tribe? Because we don't want Russell to pull any punches on his second season, especially when nobody knows who he is. And we can have him do all this. He's a little gremlin. I don't think he ever like put up or shut up. I'll beat you in a challenge. That's some villainous behavior sometimes, but we don't see that. But I think, yeah, you're such a dumbass, Rupert. Like, who's going to talk to America's sweetheart like that? The number 1 villain of all time. And he's pro-LGBT. One time on the internet that I always have to be like, that was kind of funny. So that's not villainous behavior, but it shows some multifaceted stuff. I think lying about Hurricane Katrina is way more of a thing than you could think of if you weren't around when that was happening live. Of when people were talking about Hurricane Katrina, it was as someone from Texas, where a lot of people moved into my town from the coast, it was like, what anything you need. It was very much everyone lowered their guard when you said that. So I'm sure there's.
I was just gonna say, like, how early on we were talking about how some players, like, if they were associated with 9/11 in any way, automatically it was like, you're America's hero, we're rooting for you. If you had Hurricane Katrina was the natural disaster of that same magnitude. To lie about that is just absolute insanity. He got so detailed with his dog on the roof and everything like that. Was everybody going to take Russell 1-1? Was that the easiest pick? McKenna says no.
Hell no.
I would have begrudgingly, but I really, really, really did not want to be first pick because I really was like, I don't want Russell on my team.
I don't want the
So that's
greatest
why you
villain of all
didn't give
time.
yourself first pick.
I don't rig it anymore.
I guess I didn't think about who McKenna is. I like this comment. $1. Thank you, Trav. We appreciate it. This is just him. So he's like, just say whatever you want mean about Blake, but it can only be half as mean as everybody else. So, all right. So Russell Hantz is off the board. McKenna.
Definitely put an HANTZ after so nobody thinks I'm talking about the other Russell. Yeah.
Russell Swan would see this and he'd probably send us a message. So that's good that we are clarifying that. All right, McKenna, go ahead.
I was worried if Teg or Phil were in front of me that they would take my obvious first pick of Parvati. There is no question that I am picking Parvati at any chance that I can get, and especially with the villains draft. I mean, I don't think there even needs to be an explanation. So Parvati is my first pick.
I think Parvati Stans would have been a better first pick, just because they are the biggest villains in Survivor history. They're the biggest villains in Survivor right now, that's for sure. But I guess that's Parvati's fault. So you're right.
And I feel like if you were ahead of me, I feel like you would just take her out of spite for sure. So when I was second, I was like, I don't think Blake is gonna go like that. So yeah, I'm happy to have Parv.
Those are my first two picks for sure. Parvati would have been taken just so I could have had her on my team and told her fans, sucks to be you.
I feel like everyone roots for Parv so much that she's like a heroic figure. I feel like. I know she's on the villains tribe, but I might call her Parv a hero.
I mean, she is toward like Winners at War a little bit. I'd say she's a bit more on the hero side for sure. But I mean, the OG Black Widow sucking everybody into her
I get it. I just feel
like
there's so much love around Parv.
Yeah.
Yeah, from her stands who are evil, Will. Did you not hear me the first time?
Here's the
That's
question, though. Are we
McKenna's
just picking
one of them.
people that people don't like to watch on TV? Like, to me, a villain is somebody... I think I'm not coming up yet, but like, for me, a villain is somebody who plays villainously, even if they might not have the most, like, they might be really nice and really fun and people love them. But I feel like a villain is like a villainous player and not necessarily like everybody hates them,
Yeah, no, I think there's different flavors of villainy. So like, and I'm not arguing whether she is or isn't one, but how villainous is she? That bad? I feel like you're often put in a spot as an audience like where you are rooting for Parv.
That's true.
She's the main person that you like. You don't love to hate Parv, you actually love to love Parv. But
Ryan Chan
great pick. I mean, I'm not again. I think it's an interesting conversation that we're gonna have throughout the draft. Is it on to me?
Ryan, can I say the super chat so Ryan Chan gets his love, Will?
Yeah.
Ryan Chan, people hated Cook Islands Parvati. I do think people forget that. Like, Cook Islands Parvati was not a hero, Will. So to go to your point, I think she starts becoming more heroic probably, and everybody's rooting for her in fans versus favorites because of the stuff she's cooking. But yeah, I see where that's coming from. Of Cook Islands Parvati definitely was not well loved. So Will, you are up now.
I am up, and I think at this spot I gotta go with what are villains known for doing? What's the main thing you do as a villain on Survivor? It's lying. What's the most famous lie in the history of the show? Dead grandma. So I'm going Johnny Fairplay with the pick here. Iconic villain. When they did a show called House of Villains, and they could only pick one Survivor player to represent the villain, they had to do different franchises. Fairplay was the first one called on the first season of the show.
That's our first pick for the that's not off the villains tribe. But yeah, I was thinking Johnny Fairplay would have to go in the first round. And I'm glad, Will, you took the shot there on him. And now everybody will say you have the worst team because you don't have anybody from the villains tribe.
Yeah.
Hey, hot take. The villains tribe maybe isn't that villainous.
That's what we started to learn as we watched that season. Look at Blake. Blake is so. Why are you muting yourself? Be angry. Talk on the podcast. Yell at Will.
If there's anybody that's overrated as a villain, it's the 10 that are the most villainous of all time, for sure. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Mason Ban. Everybody's going to give you your credit here, Will, but just know that you just said that the Villains tribe isn't that villainous. Anyway, Teg with.
I'm
Pick
picking somebody
4.
from Villains. I'm picking Sandra. Queen stays queen. She was always gonna be my first round draft pick. I mean, the fact that she always, and will I say she's not the most villainous player. I know I just described.
Whoa! Not the most villainous player.
Oh,
Like,
bad
she
at drafting.
Anybody but me is most villainous. What?
No, she's done so many things. Like she just gets into fights and they're amazing. She burns hats. She dumps the fish and blames it on her friends. Like she's an icon. Or she doesn't blame it on them. She just goes, yeah, I can't believe that happened. I love her. I really do. I'm a big Sandra fan. I think I always love her on my screen. Eats the sugar. Like she's just amazing. I love her.
One might say you're a Sandra.
A Standra?
Wow.
Absolutely. Hashtag Standra.
Yeah, there we go.
Now we have 2 Pearl Islands players picked in the first round. Ryan
And I'm not
Chan,
mad about it.
Sandra destroying Morgan's tarp is my favorite.
Incredible. And
What about the fish thing with Krista? Who is that?
Sandra.
Is that Sandra?
Yeah.
Okay.
She dumps out the fish. Everyone thinks that Krista
was
did it.
great.
She
That
doesn't
was
correct
so good.
anybody.
She is a villain, man.
Krista gets voted out. She's like, okay, bye.
She's like crying. Everyone thinks I spilled the fish, but I didn't.
It's amazing. It's so good. She is nobody stole my number one because Sandra was always gonna be my number one.
Well, here I come to screw it up. What's hard about having 5, 6 here is I don't pick again until 15, 16. And there's so many people I want. And I have to try to kind of play the game of who has any chance of getting back to me. So I'm going to go with people who were so entertaining. There's no question that they were entertaining, but they're also so awful their entire seasons. Like they show up on day one. They are villains. They stay villains. Some of the best confessional givers. And I'm not going like they have really there's no redemption for some of these. And I'm going Randy Bailey first. And I know that that's a huge Will pick. I know he loves Randy.
I'm just pumped that he got picked in the first round. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted Randy, obviously, but like, I'm proud of Randy getting that, that first round money, that contract.
The thing with Randy is there's no redemption for him. Everything he does the entire season of the first time is so mean-spirited. Then he comes out the second time and he's like, guys, like Parvati is going to win this game. We shouldn't do this. And everybody's like, dude, we don't like you. You're such a curmudgeon. Go away. He is gold the entire time. And so I have to go with Randy right off the bat because the other thing with Randy is somebody just mentioned Corinne here. I'm not going to take Corinne, though I do not here at least. She's going to be drafted tonight for sure. But like Corinne played it up a little bit for TV, like with the speech to Sugar and stuff. Randy never played it up for TV. Like he was just miserable the entire time. So, Will, where'd you have him ranked on the characters list? Do you have him at 7, 8, something like that?
I had him in the top 10 for sure. And I will stand by that. Top 10. I mean, he like has a confessional saying he just like hates humans and just spends his times like at home alone with his dog. And like, that's his happiness. That's his life. And like, he hates other people and he lets it show on TV. It's incredible.
I got John a cameo from Randy for his birthday one year and it's just gold and beautiful. He talks about some Gabon moments and just the very Randy way possible. And just, he's gold on Survivor and just filming a video in his house.
I also love that he's become like best buddies now with Brett and Chris from 33. There'd just be a random photo like once every 5 months of the three of them drinking a beer. It's just like,
Randy is so funny.
Okay. Yeah. Does Randy still have cameo? Will's birthday is end of February. If anybody's looking to get Will a birthday present.
Still the best birthday present.
That is
All right. So again, I'm trying to go with like no redemption, right? Like stays evil the whole time, is always evil. So maybe this is recency bias because we just watched the season, but I'm gonna go with I'm not gonna go her. I'm gonna go Abby Maria.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go Abby Maria as my pick here. I know, Will, you just made what? Will, are you gonna try to say that she's not a villain?
She is very much a villain, but it's a surprising pick for her to go with the 6th overall pick. I think is like insane.
For me, I think that Abby Maria, again, there's no redemption. There's never a point where you say, wow, Abby Maria is no longer a villain. She plays Philippines. She is awful the entire time. Nobody can stand her. She hates RC because RC exists. She hates Pete. She hates Lisa. She hates Scoopin. She hates Artis. She hates everybody on her tribe. Then she comes out for Second Chance and she's part of that, the witch coven or whatever it is. And on Savage's boot, she says, at least you made the jury this time. And like just on the way out for her to say that and just have learned zero awareness from her time playing Philippines and watching that back to her time here. And like when we were just watching Philippines, the end of Philippines, when she's like breaking down because everybody is so mean to her and the cast is still making fun of her. And even the editors don't want you to feel bad for her. Abby Maria is perfect.
It's not cultural.
Yeah, it's not cultural. You're just mean. I'm going Abby Maria here as I think she's a pure villain, and I don't think some of the other villains labeled villains in Survivor history are.
I also think it's really interesting because I've heard Abby Maria is amazing. Like when you meet her, like I've heard she's like really really nice and like really great. And then I just love this idea that this is just like a really nice person in her day-to-day life and really great and really fun to hang out with. And then she goes without food for like 2 days. And then she's just like so mad. And I'm like, you know what? I get it. I get that. And I respect it. And she's just great. It's a great pick.
Thank you. Thank you. Will doesn't like it at 6. Blake, do you like it at 6?
She's a perfect villain. Great job, Phil.
Thanks, Blake. That's all I wanted. Tagwith, you're up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. God, I got some hot takes on here that I don't think should go this early, but I know someone will pick them at some point. I'm gonna go Tyson. Tyson he's just wonderful. I literally love watching this man on my TV screen. He's so funny. I've said this literally a billion times on a billion different podcasts, and I'm going to say it again here. He can get away with anything. He can get away with saying anything because he's just Tyson, but it doesn't mean that things that he's saying aren't mean. Like, but you laugh and kind of like, gosh, that was so mean, but it was about me, but somehow it was funny. Like he's so good. And I will watch literally anything he's in. I'm a big Tyson fan. I gotta go Tyson 2nd round.
Tyson was my number 2. So I just love, like you said, anything that Tyson does or says, and he could, smack me in the face and I'd be like, thank you. That was great.
You'd watch anything he does. Will, when does season 3 of
House of Villains?
House of Villains, Tyson is on season 3, February 26th, the day after the Survivor premiere.
Why?
So it's like you're gonna be into 50. You're gonna be like, hell yeah, I'm back in my reality TV mode. Let's go. And then you're like, wait, it's Thursday night. We got House of Villains, and we have Tyson on our screen.
That's crazy that the premiere is
I
the
also
same
want to
night
say,
as
hold
Trader
on.
Joe's.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
No, that's not a good one.
I don't know why they are up against Survivor 50, but maybe
that
week
is a crazy
everyone
week.
talking at once about reality TV, like Survivor. It's like, what's the phrase? High tide raises all boats or something. Like if Survivor is just bringing reality TV competition shows up to the forefront of our minds with Survivor 50, maybe it's wise to have House of Villains right after.
The other saying goes, I just watched 3 hours of Survivor. I'm down to watch more reality TV tonight.
Yeah, I just watched 3 hours of Survivor. Now I need to listen to Digging Deeper the next day.
Tagwith, what else did you
5
have
hour
about
day.
Tyson? I feel like you were dying to say one more thing about Tyson.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm always dying to say something else. But there's so many comments saying love Tyson, but you can't be a top villain crying over your girlfriend on national TV. I think that is such a villain thing to do because you're a villain to everybody else, but you love like one person.
Mhm.
That is very,
Mr.
very
Freeze
villainous.
and his wife.
Yeah,
Poison Ivy.
yeah,
Mr.
like you.
Mr. Freeze on Batman. Yeah.
I feel like there's somebody. I was gonna. No, that's something that was Frozone. A villain likes one
Frozen
person.
a villain?
No, that's why I was confused. I was very confused.
He's a
I was like,
hero.
Frozone's not a villain.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused. But a villain likes one person, and that's. I mean, he likes two people, but it's fine. Coach is the other person.
Yeah, Daryl Seymour says Tyson made out with Tiffany in the promo. Can't wait to see how that works out.
Cheated on his
Anyway.
wife. What a villain.
What a bad guy. Will, you're up.
Yeah, this is a tough spot here. Usually I have the first round pick and I got to pick in bunches, just take your talent off the board. But when you're in the middle, you kind of have to play who's going to take what in between you a little bit. But I am going to go with the person that Phil just completely mentioned and then didn't take. I'm going to take Chaos Cass McQuinlan. One of my favorite all-time characters. I think I had her at number 4 in my character rankings. I think I had her ahead of Randy, which is crazy. She is such a villain. Like she looks at you in the face with the calm. What were the confessions about her? Like you can't even read her because she just stares at you with those eyes. She just says something point blank. Spencer, you're a brat. Shut up. Like she's just so blunt. She is flipping all the time. She's yelling llama. She's making up that she heard Tony call her a bitch and then has a huge blow up of it for no reason. She becomes one of the 3 witches in Second Chance. I'm so pumped to watch Second Chance. I haven't seen it in a while, and we're almost there on Every Season Matters. But Kagion alone, she brings enough villainy to be, I think, a top. What are we at? Top 8 right now? I think she could have even gone higher here. So yeah, I got Cass.
Nice.
Great.
Nobody
pick.
has anything else to say. Will you said
No,
it?
Can't argue. What's the
I
redemption for Cass, Phil? Because that seemed to be your metric here. Who was
I was
redeemed?
between Abby Maria and
I know
Cass.
you
and
were.
I ultimately went with Abby Maria because I do think that like if I was stuck on an island with somebody for 30 days, I could hang out with Cass. She would drive me crazy, but I could sit there. I could not hang out with Abby Maria for 30 days on an island.
See, what I like about Cass is that she was a gameplay villain, like lying and stabbing people in the back, and then she was like a camp life villain too. I think you kind of often fall into one of 2 categories, and she really nailed both of them.
I think the other thing that helps Cass, and it's not necessarily redemption, but then when Tasha and Spencer go back to play again, and Spencer's not actually as great as he was made out to be on his season, so Cass looks a little bit more right. I don't know. Her second season, she's not as powerful, whereas Abby Maria is just as absurd. Although Cass does flip off Trish after Trish gets voted out. So,
Oh yeah.
either one, man. I mean, those were my high up picks here, so I get it. McKenna, you're up.
All right. Well, in her first season, she was a cop. Then she turned criminal. I'm going with Sarah Lucina for my next villain. Her Game Changers game is just one of my favorites. Her vote out of Michaela and of Sierra Dawn Thomas are just beautiful, stealing the legacy advantage, taking the advantage off of the boat that Michaela missed and then voted her out with it. Just, I love watching how Sarah navigates the game.
Sarah also gave Sari false hope in that
That's
season by
true.
giving her the advantage and then being like, you actually can't use that.
Yeah, exactly.
Confessional wise, is Sarah a villain? Because she is a villainous game player. Do you find her to be villainous in her confessionals?
Not always, but I think her strategy is very cutthroat enough to call her a villain. And by Survivor's metrics, I mean, Candace was put on the heroes tribe. Ozzy would be considered a hero in Survivor, but I don't think he is. So I feel like Survivor would stretch Sarah to be a villain.
I think her on Kagion, she's so much cockier than I remember. her
Yeah,
being.
exactly.
Pretty
And
crazy.
she's just like, I'm in the middle. I can't be voted out no matter what because I'm making all the decisions.
I
She was
also
wrong.
think Sarah gets probably like if she doesn't win her season, she gets edited and shown like all of the warts of like because when she was on the challenge, she won that season even, and they were like, we don't have any positive stuff to say about her. Like This is just, she's a menace to all of these people. They're ruining her life. They're trying to get rid of her. She can't go
Challenge
anywhere.
USA, like she was on the bottom, but she was strong enough to keep going in the
Kept winning,
game.
yeah.
Blake, you get back-to-back picks.
Which I can't believe with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women off. We got more women than men in our top 10. How did you guys not say Courtney Yates? The OG,
Because she's a hero.
most villainous girl of all time. I think she is. Whenever you're doing villains, are they mean to people? Well, yeah, but in confessionals, are they poking fun? Like, she has said the meanest shit about somebody in the entire history of the game. Of like, we shouldn't give the money to Denise just because she sucks. It's not charity here. And like that 1 or 2 sentence long thing, I don't think will ever be topped. And I apologize, but her apology face is way less genuine than when the face she made that original claim in. I think she is somebody that there's other villains on that season. Probably Jean Robert maybe gets in the top 50, but like going toe to toe with Jean Robert, going toe to toe with James, and like, you're not going to push me around. Yeah, I'm a literally like 30-pound woman that should probably go home. I thought I was going on vacation. Even the stuff with like the China, like first day of We're All Praying, she's like, it has too much villainy in her to take it seriously. Of like, this is something that will set the tone for everything. And I think she would be the first person. Didn't she make fun of Todd's sister? Like,
Yeah.
that I don't want to do that one from memory, because if I get it wrong, it's pretty bad. But she was making fun of her best allies too. And it's something where I think you could be friends with Courtney for 10 years and then wait, what did she say in a confessional about me? Like, oh shit, maybe she doesn't really. Oh, well, I'm her friend because I have to be. But maybe she doesn't actually like me. Who knows?
Courtney is another one that's like Tyson, where like any of those confessionals, it's comedy gold, and then you don't really realize what they're saying until after it, being like, oh crap, that was actually insulting. Well, never mind, they said it really funny.
You had to dig deep to come up with the insult on these people. Courtney, for me though, everybody she's making fun of other than Denise is pretty much like bad, so Courtney's a hero, man. Just
Courtney is a hero.
I'm just saying, we don't know. I mean, Jean Robert versus Courtney. It's like Courtney's so mean. She says such mean things about Jean Robert. It's like somebody had to. Thank God. Anyway. All right.
And
that's why I didn't take her. She's redemptive, Will.
I might as well do this while I'm here. Who has made the biggest backstab in the history of the game, where it ruined 5 or 6 relationships? It was the entire crux of a season. It's why his wife won over him. It's Boston Rob. Him getting rid of Lex when they've maybe gone to barbecues in real life and like, don't worry, I got you, but you're fine. Oh, I didn't mean that. You're gone. Bye, everybody. He's on a, whatchamacallit, Villains Tribe. I think you've heard of it. He is the threat on there because can we actually trust him? He threw a, clue into a volcano that's villainous towards production. There's nobody that could stand in Boston Rob's way. He got immediately tradered on traders. It's like, yes, you're having this wait, let's go watch hero. You have this suave dude with the crazy smile and the backwards hat. Sometimes it's forwards, but it's like, it's so much cooler whenever he's evil. And I think he leans into it. Oh, cool. He's got 4 kids. They're so nice. He's such a good role model on season 39. But he's one of the 5 most villain people. It's crazy that he's here at 11 to me.
Can I say what's really crazy, Blake?
Sure.
You picked him earlier in the snub draft than in the villain draft. I'm just saying. So like you picked him earlier in the snub draft and you were getting roasted for that.
Kind of makes him a hero.
Yeah.
I mean,
Roasted.
Boston Rob is the hero of the Villains Tribe in the season.
Oh my God. That's how villainous he was.
He's the main character of a season 2 seasons later.
That
Hmm.
yeah, and he's
He
who's
carried
not
his
rooting for him?
family on his back.
That's what
Oh
I was
my
just gonna
God.
say,
His
McKenna. How could
family
you
on
not
his
root for that
back.
guy?
Family of evils. All right.
All right, McKenna, you're up.
I was debating whether to pick between two people, but a comment actually inspired me, and I'm going Twyla
Nice.
for my pick. She is swearing on her son and that getting roasted at the final tribal council for that. Like in the olden days, swearing on your son is one of the, most cardinal sins you could have in all of Survivor. So I think Twyla is a really good like strategic villain in the game.
She also has the she yells at everybody openly. I think she gets undervalued for like she does kind of what Cass does, where it's very much like, oh, are you saying something about me? You want to just go at it right now? And she does
Yeah.
that all the time throughout. Will, you're stoked right now because you didn't have Sarah or Twyla anywhere near the top of your list, and you got this
Yeah,
smirk.
McKenna's all girlies today. What's going on, McKenna?
I don't
Will.
know.
I'm ready. I think I had a good pick. I was really worried that I wasn't going to get anybody from the villains tribe, which probably would not be a good thing. So I've got to take someone from the villains tribe, even though
Danielle
like
DiLorenzo.
I know, yep, Danielle, come on board. You're going to Cambodia or whatever it was. No, I got Fair Play and Cass, two remarkable villains that Cass wasn't even eligible. She hadn't played yet. Fair Play probably should have been there. We're going with the original, honestly, the original villain. That's Jerry Manthey.
Mhm.
And I think Jerry is such a. It's like you go back and watch Australian Outback and like, wait, Jerry was a villain and then like was
Nope.
on All Stars and then was like hated and like booed out of the reunion
Yeah.
and like everyone just hate America despised her and you're like, wait, she didn't really lie, she didn't stab anyone in the back, and it was like this early day of Survivor, an early day of reality TV where it's just like you are annoying, like, and we don't like you, and you rub people the wrong way, and like. Talk about people just willing to have arguments or say what they want, say how they're feeling, and not giving an F what anyone thinks. Literally, you have a chef on your tribe, and you're
Yeah.
like, no, this food sucks. Let me do it. My mom told me water and flour makes tortillas. I'm going to do it. And she goes and she makes the tortillas, and Keith's like, yeah, okay, sure. Okay, you can cook. And everyone's like, damn, Jerry, these tortillas rule. Just like ended that dude's life. And then, her flirting back and forth with Colby. Colby is the hero. She's the villain. She's the OG. So I'm glad I was able to get somebody from the villain's tribe.
It's very funny to watch that season back and be like, wow, her most villainous thing in the first 6 episodes is telling Keith his food's not that good and then making it better so he tried eats well. It's so funny that that's how that went for her. And then really on All Stars, all she wanted to do was get Colby out before her. And she like was conflicted about voting out Rudy. She has to live with Rupert digging a hole in the ground. Like what a bad person she is. She's a monster.
And yet she
Terrible.
won't get a Christmas card from anybody. It's so sad.
It's so insane.
I love that woman. She was on my list, but it's just I was just like, I can't choose her because I know technically she's on the villains tribe and technically she's a villain, but she's not. But I love her. But I love
And like
her.
Ryan Chan says, I think a big one was her accusing
Yeah.
Kel of smuggling beef jerky, and ironically, she
she
was right.
Outspoken though. Like she would just say what she thinks and tell it to people's faces. She was, and that's probably her most villainous trait.
I also think that she had at one point was flirting with Colby, and everyone had a crush on Colby, and everyone was mad. Like, I want to flirt with Colby, but she's getting to flirt with Colby. We hate her. And then it turns around and she wants to get Colby out, and they're like, wait, no, we love Colby and we hate you. Boo. Like it's all around Colby. And then when she was
playing the
separated
flirt
from
game
Colby,
and then try to get him out, you can't do
Yep.
that.
yep.
Can't take down a hero. If you're really going to be an adversary to a hero, that's kind of Jerry's role. She's the villain there.
Mhm.
Yep.
You guys see all the Colby videos today? Still
I haven't
looking
watched them
good.
yet.
Still sounding good. Just saying, there's a lot of people who are still going to be pissed off that Colby's getting talked to by women on that season coming up. All right.
I
Go
will
ahead,
say though that tribe is making me worried. Okay.
yeah.
My turn, right?
Mhm.
Yay. Okay. No, I don't. I say yay, but I don't know what I want to do. No, I do. I'm taking Tony. I mean, great winner, a villain, chaos. Because I think to me, a villain is somebody like obviously there are villainous people who are like kind of mean in confessionals and whatever, and then there are villains in the sense that they have like cutthroat gameplay. But then I think there's also the villain, like you think of like for example a coach, right? He was on the villains tribe. Villainous, yes, and I mean I would say probably very villainous in South Pacific, but I think there's a part of it where it's just kind of like you're chaotic. And I think that there's chaos in Survivor is kind of villainous gameplay. Even obviously he was also a villain, but I think that he brings a couple of different things to the table. Obviously he turns on people hate him, all that stuff. But he's also brings chaos to the table as well. And I think that Tony is a great villain.
Wow, family man, police officer, supports his community, won the game twice, everyone's favorite.
Hey, look at that. I've got both two of the 3 2-time winners.
2 of the 2. Let's ease up. Let's get the Parv stance fired up in the chat. All right. Let's get them fired. I want Jeff and Jeremy to jump on this podcast.
Notice how all of the 2-time winners, including Parvati and Not, are all villainous. Interesting.
Almost like you can't play the game too nice tonight.
It's almost as if Sage's hot take is right.
It's almost like Ozzy's going to learn from that mistake and totally play as a villain this time.
Yeah, Sage should have won. Come on,
Blake, you got. I like that Blake is saying nothing and then he's just dropping that type of bomb. Poor Sage. Oh my god, the eye roll for
the cow.
That was the
most. Get John back in here. Take with his owl.
What?
Will clearly is not looking at the camera because Will's just sitting here stone faced like he's never been more miserable and nothing less entertaining has ever happened.
He's just having a good time.
Blake's been watching Bob the Drag Queen videos. That's all I'm going to say because that was that level of eye roll, dude. Holy shit!
His whole body rolled with it.
I'm just like confused because what?
What did I miss? What happened?
Yeah. Will missed the eye roll, and now Blake is done because nobody laughs harder at Blake than
There's
Blake.
just an eye roll. How do you even see an eye roll in these tiny little screens?
Dude, his eye roll was vicious.
His whole
my god!
The
All right,
craziest thing I've ever seen.
holy shit! All right,
good luck, Phil.
thanks, man. Yeah, I can't really follow that one up. I like the Tony pick though.
I love it too. I mean, who doesn't like Tony? Tegwith's winning this draft right now.
No, I think Blake is.
No, I think I am.
No.
I'm definitely not.
I mean, I think I am.
To take not as obvious people. So
Well, the problem for McKenna is like it shows all the Parvati stands, their taste. That's just the problem here, McKenna. Sarah and Twyla going off the board in round 2 and 3. I'm not saying they're bad. Okay, where am I going here? This is look, I got back with a lot of people that I still was very interested in, like very, very, very interested in the last time around. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to stick in Gabon. And I know I kind of gave a reason why I didn't take this person the first time because they were playing it up a little bit for the camera, but now they're done playing it up for the camera. So I'm going to get Corinne because even if she's playing it up for the camera, it doesn't get any nastier than she was. So
yeah,
most vicious final tribal speech ever. Her confessionals are so mean the entire time. She calls Philip Shepard a tubby lunchbox, which is just an incredible insult, a different level of insult. And the thing with Corinne is Corinne could be more likable, but because she has to say something mean about everybody, she just isn't. And I appreciate that. And I want that on my villain's tribe. Like Corinne is probably somebody that you sit at a bar with, you drink with for like an hour, you have a great time. And an hour and 1 minute, she says something where you're like, holy shit, I don't know if I can be your friend anymore. Like we just had a great hour, but now I think we might be done. I like that. So I got Corinne and Randy. Yeah, I mean, they're legit villains. So I'm happy with Corinne.
Great pick. I mean, two of my favorite. I mean, we have the majority. I guess half of the best. You have half of the best voting confessionals of all time. I think or I guess maybe Corinne's isn't one of the best, but it's surrounded by gems, so it really kind of ups the ante on hers. Yeah, you've got. I mean, you picked one. That was the best one. Okay, I'll shut up. Sorry. Bye.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you backing my pick. I do. Thank you. Thank you.
I got you, Phil.
And then I'm gonna go. Everybody wants this so bad. Look, Will got Jerry. Okay. I will go with what the Chad wants. Logmeister here. Phil, I'm relying on you to take the OG villainous winner. So I'm gonna go with Brian Heidick.
Mr. Freeze.
I'm going Mr. Freeze. Everybody thought I was gonna go Hatch. Look,
I gotta leave. I'm so sorry.
if you rewatch these seasons,
I thought we
order,
weren't taking bad people.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
You
Look,
didn't want to have to defend anybody on social media.
I
Go ahead.
feel like I can defend Brian because his whole thing in real life that he had. Okay, Blake took Russell 1-1. Okay, a lot of people would argue Russell's not a very good dude. I'm just saying. I don't feel that Brian has as much of a notorious rep as he did. I know he had the puppy thing, but then he kind of got off with that.
The
Everybody said,
Puppy thing.
anyway, we'll move on from that. Look, I think Brian.
Yeah,
And then he froze.
Playing a harp. You were just playing a harp. It's fine.
I'm dead. Here's the
So
thing.
is that puppy.
Oh.
Phil Computer.
Oh.
Is this AI? Is this Phil's
I'm here right now. My thing froze. I don't know why. This computer literally just crashed, even though my internet's fine and it's still showing the time.
Yeah, it was mad that you picked Brian. So it was like, we're
I
out.
think Brian's a great pick. I have to restart.
I think
my
it's a
regular
fine pick
computer.
too. I think it's a fine pick. I don't think it's a
Brian
good pick,
on
but I think it's a
Thailand.
legal. I think it's a legal pick, but not a good pick.
Thank you. Yeah, I froze talking about Mr. Freeze. This is getting blamed on. I don't even know. I got to
Wait,
restart.
wow, yeah, look at that. Give Daryl Seymour his credit.
Yeah, I love that. Look, Brian Heidick on that season is the first person who's truly awful to pretty much everybody and wins anyway. He only played to get four votes. He gets those 4 votes. He's just mean. Every one of his confessionals is mean. There's no way that guy should have won. We knew he was sleazy the entire time, and Clay just keeps on talking about him as a class act. So I'm going Brian. I don't care.
Hey, it's your team, not mine. I just do not like that man. Here's the thing. When I was coming up with my list, there were some people that we would bring up and I'd go, yeah, but I hate watching them on TV. You know, yeah, they're technically a villain, but ugh, you know? So yeah, Brian technically played a great game, technically a villain, but ugh, you know?
You know what my favorite part though is, Tag With? I can now edit this for Instagram of me saying I'm going to take the OG villain and you like snapping along, being all stoked. I can edit that to make it look like it was your true feeling.
okay,
about that.
who's
Isn't
gonna
McKenna
edit
the
this?
one who edits
Who's
this?
gonna edit this? Like, can we just go back a second?
Yeah. You know what, McKenna? I'll
I
edit
thought
this
you were-
one. You just
Phil's
and guess what,
computer
guys?
is crazy.
Okay.
Where's the real Phil?
Yeah, I know. This is crazy. That this just proves though that the desktop that I have is on its last legs to a different level because it just said my internet crashed. Guess what is on the exact same internet? This laptop. So
Villain
it clearly did not crash.
Villain Phil.
Villain Phil. I know. Will, did Blake change that name? Look at Blake. There's no way. Will.
Hero Blake. Phil.
All right. Tech With, you're up.
Oh, fun. Okay, great. All right. I am gonna go with ooh, interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with somebody that we love, but is a villain, and that's Rob Cesternino.
Nice.
I just think that he's got witty, quick confessionals. I think is, obviously when he's the OG super fan, he turns on people, he plays a villainous game, all of that stuff. And yet we love him because we, listen to him and talk and all that stuff. But, a villain, he is a villain.
He really elevated, Survivor Strategy in the early days to actually have strategy and not just be the social experiment of it all, to play the game for what it is as a game and to, use people to get further. And that is definitely villainous behavior.
Yeah. And it's great. And I'm so happy he did it. And it's like, the OG villain wins the game, right? Richard Hatch wins the game because, and that kind of set Survivor off on the foot of Survivor,
Mhm.
And that's not how you say that phrase, but you know what I'm talking about. And again, Rob's sister, also kind of one of the people who is like, you don't just have to go along with the majority all the time. If you're not right, you can make things happen. You can whatever. I think it's I'm sticking to it.
Heroic for voting out and flipping on the sexist dude. Who is that, Roger? Or like,
well, how are we defining? Like, I mean,
I know. He's he's a likable guy.
He's a likable. Here's the thing. I have a lot of like hot takes on my list because I think that I think my big hot take is like people are like, we need villains in the new era. And I think that when I see like villains, I just see people who play the game in a cutthroat manner. And that's how I view villains. And yes, there are people who are also like mean. But if you think about some villains, like Russell Hantz obviously is a villain, but he also played a pretty loyal game up until, a certain point. So like, what are we considering, what is villainous and what isn't? I think it's how people take it, maybe. So I don't know. I just think it's, I think that the people, it's going back to what I said earlier. Like I had people on my list who were villains, but I was like, I don't really enjoy watching them. And I kind of like to root for people, even if they are villains,
And I think Tegwith, like the easiest way to respond to Will on that in the future is, didn't he vote out Heidi? That makes him a villain, doesn't it? Sorry, Will, like he's a villain.
Heidi was a threat and she deserved to go.
Did you really make me fill in, Blake? That's good.
I was doing all that shenanigans there.
Were you actually? It wasn't Blake?
My hands are here.
That's crazy. Well, good for you. That was so clever. I thought it was Blake. I didn't know you had that level.
Whatever you say, man.
He doesn't know.
Every squirrel finds a nut. It's fine.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Will. Well, who are you going to go with here?
We've got Fair Play, who's on season 1 of House of Villains. We've got Tyson, who's on season 3 of House of Villains. So we got to get these are the biggest villains according to, I don't know, according to whoever makes that silly House of Villains show. So season 2 House of Villains, the Survivor representative was none other than the first winner. The person, again, that Phil should have taken is Richard Hatch, who Richard Hatch has he's got a whole flavor of villainy that I don't think anyone has. He is so smug and pompous and just like so sure of himself. So he's a villain in such a calm way where he loves himself. He's right. And he's the smartest guy in the room. He also gets naked and potentially evades taxes and potentially maybe rubbed. We don't need to go. We don't need to go there. He ended up in prison.
How does this not break the rules? This guy went to jail. Brian Heidick never did. You're welcome, everybody.
Okay,
what's more villainous than going to jail?
Brian Heidick killed a puppy, and that's terrible. Richard Hatch
was a fox.
Evaded taxes, which is kind of a white collar victimless crime, unless the
He thought
SEC
Survivor was taking care of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he claims innocence. So he's like, why would I avoid my taxes? Everyone knows I'm like the most public person in America, maybe the world, that everyone knows I just got $1 million. Why would I not pay my taxes on that? He was probably doing some shicey, so who knows? But he literally went to jail. And yeah, then he's just a really smug dude. And he had the first alliance. The whole game was supposed to be about who deserves to be here, who is working hard at camp, who's catching fish. And Hatch is like, wait, hold on. If I get 5 people and there's 9 of us, like that means we just get final 5. Is that how this game really works? Oh, let's do that. So give credit to the OG winner, the OG villain.
The OG villain. And Trav Haradi, he hit you with $1, Will. Good job. Good pick.
Great pick.
No words needed.
No words needed. Yeah, I mean, look, could I have taken Hatch there for sure? But Tegwith was so excited that I knew she was going to be pissed. And I want Brian. I didn't get Courtney. I want Brian. I like Brian Heidick. I really do. I think he's such a fun winner.
But you like the puppy killer.
No, I like Brian Heidick on Survivor. I always talk about it. Survivor, Survivor, Survivor. These other people did bad things on Survivor.
That was such a truly. I got whiplash from that. I'm like, that was crazy because everyone in the comments was like, "Pick the OG," and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it." And then he picks my least favorite winner of all time. It just was just like, whoa! I didn't know how to take that.
I got to keep everybody on their toes. McKenna, speaking of keeping us on our toes so far, you have. I will say you've kept us on our toes.
Pick a
So
dude,
That's what I'm
McKenna.
here
Pick a
for.
dude.
No, she's admitting that only women
Yeah,
can be
she
villainous.
doesn't like. Yeah, yeah. Dudes
Well,
can't
I
be
will
villainous. I guess
continuing my streak with another female who
women are
has
evil.
one of my favorite moves of all time. Her merge game is solely based on revenge. It is Natalie Anderson. I am taking Natalie here. The flip to keep Keith is one of my favorite moves. And then standing up and saying, "Did you vote for who I told you to?" is some crazy shit. So I am going Natalie Anderson.
Who did she say that to? One of the biggest snubs of 50.
I told Blake he had the best list. So
Quaylen.
Trav Herod said that it's not working where he sends his thing. It's for some reason it won't let me send the message. Will chose my dog's namesake. There you go. That was the dollar one. Marcus Thompson's claiming Natalie Anderson isn't a villain. I disagree with that. I do think Natalie Anderson's a villain. I know Tegwith's about to say no, she doesn't think so either. I think Natalie Anderson's absolutely a villain.
Hero.
I
No
think
way.
that there is an argument for almost every single winner to be a villain because I think that you have to make some kind of move in order, not everybody, but a lot of people. I think a lot of winners. It's almost like how every single president is a sociopath in some way, you know, or not sociopath, what's it called? A narcissist in
Mhm.
some way. Like you kind of have to do something villainous in order to win. It's just, I think it's one of those things where I just don't see like that right away. But I think I see the argument. I get it. It's just she's not one of the first ones that comes to mind.
Also, she thought she should have won Winners at War. That makes her like top 5 in my book. Like she could have been picked first round for thinking she deserved to beat Tony in Winners at War. And she beat Michelle, which is
also
big.
terrible.
But yeah, Natalie Anderson. Okay, this is what I will say because I watched her Amazing Race and everything. I know the chat McKenna right now is like conflicted on whether or not you just picked a villain in the villain draft.
Listen, I'm here for a good time.
I just think that Natalie Anderson, I watched her Amazing Race and stuff. If she does not win that season, it's kind of like the Sarah thing. They are showing her so much differently than how she actually came across. And I think they even showed her villainous stuff. So I think she's a villain. Blake, you're starring everything that says she's not, but you also love Sam Wandelser more than anybody. So
We'll save it for round 9 or something. Hopefully I can get
okay. All right.
Theodore
Blake,
Roosevelt.
you get 2 picks.
Theodore Roosevelt's not a narcissist. He's probably the only one. I can't let Theodore.
What about
go, but-
JFK?
Yeah, he.
That's why they killed him, man. It's like,
Are we
damn,
not-
you're not a
can we
narcissist?
not-
What? Can't let
Can
this
we
guy
not
lead.
dive into which presidents are narcissists?
Hey,
All
hey,
of them.
I
They're
didn't-
all narcissists. Every
didn't
single
bring-
one of them.
I didn't bring it
JFK
up,
was going to
guys.
help the people.
Every single president's a narcissist because they think that they're the ones that can help the people. That's why they're a narcissist. It's not if they're helping people or not. It's just if they think that they're the ones that they can do it. It's a thing. Look it up. I'm telling
Is
you,
this
every
the
single one.
history specialist or the survivor
Yeah.
specialist?
All you can always learn.
Okay. I think if I made it to round 4 without taking someone that was on the OG villains tribe, I would be remiss. So
You have
I'm
2
gonna take
people on the villains,
Coach.
3 people on the villains.
You're going to take Coach. Okay.
So
What
there was
makes
a
Coach a
season,
villain?
guys, where it had heroes versus villains, and you guys keep leaving some of them for me to grab.
Can I just say that my favorite thing about Blake is how he's such a free thinker and he just like does it all on his own. You know, like Coach is not. Look, this is pick 20. He's not a top 20 villain. He's not even that big of a villain.
Are you kidding me? Coach said, I want to go to the end with the strongest people, except you,
Hero.
Brendan, get fucked. And you're like, what? And then he said a whole dragon slayer. It's a dragon that needs to be slayed. And then you go, are you a dragon that needs to be slayed? No. I'm an honorable person. He's best friends with another top 5 or top 7 villain named Tyson. So he's like a crony. Sometimes he's the head coach crony. Sometimes he's the vice coach crony. And it's something where you're just like, I don't want to be against coach in any season of Survivor. Honestly, if we look out through the history of the last 2,000 years, religion is a tool used for evil sometimes. The person to do that on Survivor the most was Benjamin Wade Coach. And he doesn't even go by his real name. He goes by a villain name named Coach. Like, you know how heroes have hero names? His real name is Benjamin Wade. So
Even if his mom calls him Coach, okay?
Yeah.
I have to go again. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Now this is really
Now
where
it's
it
Danielle's
becomes.
time, Blake. It's Danielle's
So Blake either takes Danielle DiLorenzo or he passes because he has no idea now who to pick aside from he was hoping to just get all 10 so he didn't have to do any strategizing.
I was gonna do boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, but I think my most crazy one I could do that would go outside of the thought process is Will Sims.
I love that. Wait, can I just start this?
I
Like, you
thought
just
we
said-
were not doing that type of
You
villain.
said you were gonna go boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, and you went boy, girl, boy, boy, boy. You didn't even come close to hitting.
No,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Is so don't do Will Sims. Is Will Sims not a?
No, he's fine.
I think Will Sims is absolutely fair. Again, I'm saying if they like,
I thought we
when
meant
he-
nobody going to jail or something.
Yeah.
Oh well, shoot, my last pick.
We know what makes the people not right to be picked. I hope we all know, but I think Will Sims is fair. Will Sims
Well,
is the villain of Worlds
I
Apart.
was
don't care what
loving your
anybody
list, and then you just tanked.
says. Yeah. And
I
just
had to
that,
throw in
Blake
a-
is the worst.
Every single time somebody talks about Will Sims, I just want to. So the reason why I looked shocked was because I always think when I hear Will Sims, I think it's Will Wall every single time. And so you picture, and you said Will Sims, and I go, why would you pick him? Thinking it was Will
Trailer.
Wall.
Will
Oh my
Sims made
gosh.
the 50 trailer, so
Yeah.
So
Will Sims is
Will
brutal.
Sims is, I think, 30 is a season of Survivor, and it's kind of fun to watch in some parts of it, and then it hits probably the merge plus a couple episodes, and it gets some of the most awkward stuff ever. And I do think it is such a moment where it's like, who made that decision? And yes, Dan Foley is another layer of this, but like Will Sims is like, how could anybody think I didn't mean that? And Shireen usually like raises her hand and is like, I hate this. And Will Sims does the most like, what are you talking about? Like, I should be allowed to do this. I don't remember the exact layer of this, but I just remember him being like, how is he making it to the end? Vote him out. And then I realized, oh, I can play Survivor too. They're taking him to the end to drag to be that. And like, he's not going to win. He's such a goat because he's such an not evil person, but villainous in a different way of like, he's not fun to be around. And he is like friends with Rodney, and like Rodney goes out at 4, but it's kind of like he's the guy who's like, I wouldn't want to be like, you wouldn't introduce him to your friends, but you're like, this is my friend. I've known him since high school. And they're like, he kind of sucks, right? And you're like, no, he's cool. You got to get to know him. And he just never had a good moment on his season of Survivor. I think he is this villainous in my mind of how bad he ruined that last part of that season.
I remember Will and I, that was the first season that Will and I podcasted entirely. And I remember as they started getting down towards the end, we were like, man, between Rodney, Will, and Dan Foley, what the hell is going on right now? And I know Will was always like defending Rodney as somebody who could win, but those 3 people were so cranky. And honestly, I don't like Shireen. And I still think that Will was so mean to her. It was unnecessary. And I think Dan got blamed for a lot of what Will kind of did. It was almost like the Joel Jervis thing, a little bit of a sense, but it's a good pick, Blake. He was not going to be on my list because I don't think he's fun. And any shit you gave me for Brian Heidick, bye. That's gone. Can't do that anymore. All right, McKenna.
I mean,
Brian Heidick killed an animal.
Not on Survivor.
They all kill animals on Survivor. That would be the good part to kill.
So that's why we can't have that guy from season 2. He
Thailand.
killed an animal.
Cemetery.
That's exactly right, Will. That's the reason we can't have the guy from season 2. You're up, McKenna.
I gotta keep continuing this trend. And what is more villainous than voting out your mom?
Oh my
So
God.
we're going Sierra Easton for my next pick.
But she didn't vote out her mom. She voted for her mom.
Go.
Now I'm confused.
No.
What?
Mind blown.
No, this is literally, if I'm ever asked what my Survivor hot take is she didn't, if she voted out her mom, in my mind, she'd be leading the charge. She'd be leading the charge to vote out her mom. But she didn't. She couldn't turn the tide. And so she said, well, I guess I got to do it or else, what else am I do? She just voted for. She couldn't change it. She just voted for. That's my hot take.
She didn't have to, and she still did.
I mean, but her mom knew it was coming.
Yeah.
That's just my stretch hot take.
Hey, it's a take.
I've never
Sierra?
voted out a family member, but I've wanted to, so I get it.
For me, Sierra falls into, she's a total gameplay villain. I don't feel like she does anything mean to anybody the entire time. And it's more of just like where she ends up. So she would have been lower down.
And I mean, she was one of the biggest targets coming into Game Changers too. And she was kind of insufferable on the beach because she was going deep into strategy day one. And so they were like, yep, out.
And Coach Drew Jensen says Sierra's a villain for making big moves a thing. That is fair. Will, you had a big reaction to Sierra just getting picked. You
Well,
like
she
leaned
voted
over.
out her mom. That is, to me, crazy. Can't believe someone would do that.
All right. Will, you're up.
Okay. We only have one player that's going to be on 50. And I think there's some more villains on 50 than we might give it credit for. I'm going to go with Angelina here.
Oh, great pick.
Someone that is pretty irritable at camp. Someone that votes their friend out and then says, hey, can I have your jacket? And I think goes out of her way not to actually write her name down, even though she knows Natalie's going home. So she's like, hey, I didn't vote for you. Can you give me your jacket, please? Someone who at final 6 or final 5 is like, oh, I have this idea. Let's plant this idol on Allison for no reason at all, other to be like, it's going to look so funny on her face when she plays it and it's fake. It's like they have the idol. They know where it is. Allison doesn't have the idol. Allison doesn't have immunity. There is no reason to do this. But yeah, let's just make her look like an idiot for fun. Cool, Angelina. I met Angelina. She's actually a lovely person. On Survivor, David vs. Goliath. Talk about like a mix of gameplay, but really like a kind of an older school villain that Mother Lena right here. Yeah, give her the credit. She's a villain.
Plus, she was villainous towards Jeff's rice plans.
Of course.
And
I like
honestly,
Angelina as a pick here.
that's the biggest fight.
Negotiating with Jack.
Oh,
Villainous against the
I was going
ladder.
to take Angelina. I was going to take Angelina next.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. That's how you know it's a good pick.
Yeah.
Remember that, chat.
Worth
I
playing for the super
was
chat.
gonna
So
pick it next.
who's taking War Dog? War Dog might have to join the chat. Anyway, Tegwith, you're up.
Well, now I have to rethink what I'm going to do here because that genuinely was my next pick.
There we go.
I'm
Get in their
okay.
heads.
I just got to move it down the list. Philip. I'm going Philip. I think it's a villainous, honestly, voting somebody out first twice. That's insane and that's rude. And I don't care who it is. And it's, that's crazy. So I'm going Phil.
Phil Wood, right?
Philip, not Phil. Yep,
Villainous.
you got it.
It's villainous to not learn how to pronounce her name.
Francesca.
Francesca.
And yeah, that's actually so crazy. You said it. That's so true. It's villainous because also voting her out twice. First time, first time, whatever. Then the second time, you still don't learn her name right, and then you also vote her out first again. I'm sorry.
Like, I'm surprised you didn't take Philip because he read the Boston Rob rulebook front to back and studied under Boston Rob to be able to play his game.
And he put his underwear in the like rice pot. Like
I forgot about that. Yes, he did.
I thought that was Tarzan.
Yeah,
they're the same person. They're the same
Skid
person.
mark
No,
underwear.
didn't he do it too? Or was it just like that he had raggedy underwear?
Both probably.
Definitely was Tarzan though.
I mean, Tarzan, I remember very vividly. Anyway, good pick, Philip. I like that. That's a good pivot there, Tegworth, going from Angelina to Philip. So you got through.
I can pivot. I can improv. I had a bigger list than just Angelina. I just had Angelina written over
I hope
50
so. You've
times.
got 5 more picks.
Oh God,
It was just Sandra and then Angelina, and that was it.
that was it.
That was
The rest
it.
has been improv.
I mean, I'm still curious. Blake went 4 very obvious picks and then went to Will Sims. So like, I'm very curious what his last 5 rounds are about to look like. All right, my next one. I am going to go with probably one of my favorite pre-merge boots of all time. And it's somebody who's very related to Angelina here, and it is Natalie Napalm.
Love her.
I think, Will, you always talk about how Jatia might be the best episode for episode, pound for pound casting choice. Natalie Cole is like really close to hitting the same level as Jatia. She is pure chaos that entire time. She drives everybody nuts. And it's like Natalie is confident in who she is and she doesn't care. And what she does with Jeremy is brutal. Like the whatever her voting confessional is about him just being like an idiot. And then she's like, by the way, your skin is gorgeous, darling. And then just puts it in. It's so good. And then the fact that Angelina versus Natalie ends up being a thing and we get like a true villain versus villain showdown. I know that this is early, but the way some of you are picking, and now that David versus Goliath is on the brain, I really wanted to make sure that I had Natalie Cole, and it's Tanner's immunity idol here. That stinging sensation you're feeling in your eyes right now, that's the Natalie Napalm. Like what a line. And she was one of those casting choices where you're like, she's really successful. What's she really going to bring to the show? She's this older woman, whatever. No, she was so good. Absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna go Natalie Cole as my 5th rounder here. And then with my 6th rounder, it's like weird because we just did another draft where we got to do snubs and I got to pick this person. But when I'm going through the chat, I'll just name drop some people. M.Git, this is from Instagram. M.Git was one person here. We also had Nikki Moons, who name dropped this person. We also have, I'm just trying to give some name drops since people were like sending us all these names. And Carrie Strawberries. I don't know, McKenna, if you know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people name drop this person. Kyler Callahan, who also had Brian Heidick, so has good taste. And I just have to go with this pick, even though I just had this person, because none of you deserve him if you're going to let him go to the back half of the draft, and that's Shane Powers. Like,
that was my next pick. That was my next pick.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I'm trying to pick around how you all are picking. And I just had a feeling, but then I'm like, how did Shane Powers also just get back to me? And now I can take him with the first pick of the 6th round and say I got him in the back half of the draft. He is pure villain on that season. He's so awful to so many people. The open screaming at everybody, the way he treats Courtney, who also might show up on this list at some point because Courtney's also a villain. Danielle DiLorenzo and Shane interact, 2 of the biggest villains in the history of the show. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Shane here. And I'm glad that Will had that big reaction. That makes me super pumped. So
yeah, you want that.
Will stole Angelina from Tegwith. I steal Shane from Will. That makes me happy.
When she said she submitted Shane for the question, Carrie was like, oh, there's never been someone like Shane on the cast again. And I was just like, well, we had Hannah, but she quit instead of stayed on the island. But
3 days. That's all she took. And I will throw this comment up quickly here from Rome. 0 new era picks so far. How are we feeling about that, guys? 0 new era picks. Just
Are
know,
we proving the haters right?
about
Are there
there's
no
not a lot of
villains in the
villains.
new era?
Yeah, I mean,
talk
it's
about
definitely it was a casting decision to not really cast as many villains. So
Or are we just learning more about people so we're not seeing them as just cut and dry black and white villains, but we're actually seeing more of them. So instead of just seeing all of the really bad things, we're seeing more
Blake, can you hit me with that eye roll real quick, Blake? Thank you, Blake. Tegwith, I appreciate what you're saying, but let's not be too nicey nice on the villains podcast. Come on.
Oh gosh, that's too hard for me. I'm going new era. I'm picking Shan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that was
Whoa.
there. We go.
I waited till the
that
back
was good.
half. I bided my time, but I think they got the villain in the first new era. Like she to me is the most new era villain there is. Like, I'm not saying because she was necessarily that horrible or whatever else, but she had some pretty good confessionals, but also, I mean, like, she's got an anthem, a villain anthem. Than she herself said, right? Like, I feel like that is maybe just kind of calling it out yourself. Like, are you really a villain if you're saying that you're a villain? But I just she made that season great. She's one of the people that I want to see back so badly because I think that she is a really interesting game player, an interesting person, somebody who has a great backstory, but also plays pretty villainously. So.
I think so. I'm currently in a rewatch of 41, and I watched Shan get voted out this morning. What's crazy is Shan has hero music on the way out as Jeff is reading the votes, and I just think that's wild because you're right. She did play the entire game like a villain, and she just gets like heroed out of the game, and I just think that's so wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shan is a very good pick. And it's crazy that they really don't replicate Shan again the rest of the time. Colton Park's playing along with you, Blake. Don't worry. Worth playing for wants to know, is Dom Abate a villain? We can't spoil that yet. We got to wait. We got to wait until the end of the draft. And then if nobody picks him, we can answer that. But who you got, Will? What S name are we going with?
Shaw.
Shaw. This is Blake, by the way. This is what Blake does when everybody else is talking.
Why don't you just start changing the background?
Yeah.
I'm going back to Survivor 50.
Q.
Queue it up. Put him in
Nice.
the queue. I'm taking Q. Now that the new era has been opened up here, I think
You're
Q is
welcome.
the bigger villain of the new era. I mean, his shenanigans of constantly wanting to quit or not quit, people like him getting out of line at tribal council, him telling everybody what to do all the time, him telling Charlie that he's not even playing the game and that he needs to come in with the 7 or that he's going to just vote him out the next round or else. Yeah.
The man
It's
canceled
not-
Christmas.
What's that?
The man canceled Christmas. Like,
I mean,
villain.
come on. He's the Grinch, I think as far as like modern day new era Survivor villains go, it's like, was he the most vicious or mean? No, but the way he approached the game was in such a dominating and kind of manipulative way while also being completely chaotic. So if I'm going to have anyone from the new era, I want Q on my villain squad.
I like it.
Great pick.
Great job. Great job.
I am surprised he took that long. Anyway, I like it. Well,
I just can't keep picking the same people for every draft, and then people are gonna go, "We know Blake."
like
I am breaking the mold here. I am going with a man. And it is Kyle Jason. And I just think he's entertaining to watch on my screen. We're talking about people not calling them by their names, just goes by Blonde, calls her Blondie the entire time, pushes her around to grab the idol clue. I mean, he is one of the biggest villains for sure.
Didn't he save Caleb's life?
Shut up, Will.
No,
Stop.
Sydney's.
I'm just teasing. He's
Manny!
absolutely a villain.
Will, I do like that Will has found like the one positive about like 18 of these 24 picks. I love the Kyle Jason pick. When we did our second chances thing with Russell Muscle TV, I was so pissed that nobody voted for Kyle Jason to be on the ballot. I feel like I know a lot of people were annoyed by him and Scott and their antics. And that was when the word bullying suddenly became like the meanest thing you could be. I feel like Kyle is so entertaining on that season and legitimately had a chance to win. Like, I feel like people miss that. I think he's so good. I think Kyle Jason for a second chance season, I'd watch it in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
So
Bring him back. Yeah. See what new weird ass tattoos he's got in the last 5 years and how old his kids are. And we can all root for them and get him paired up with another NBA person.
Okay.
All right. You know what, Blake?
I don't like him at all. He's a great villain pick. Great job, McKenna.
Taylor.
You're up, Blake.
No, I'm picking Missy.
Second pick.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna go
Missy
out of that
Payne,
duo,
please.
you gotta go
How did
Missy.
you know?
Are you actually taking
I
Missy?
was gonna set it up.
I mean,
as,
how
like,
is he gonna follow up Will Sims?
picking a final three person who was kind of despicable in certain ways? The female equivalent of that is Missy Payne. I do think she is a crazy villain. I think if there was another Heroes versus Villains for 40, if you don't have Missy there, she broke her leg. She made people carry her around. That was insane. Are you calling my daughter a brat, Josh? Are you
Yes.
calling my daughter a brat?
It was
You know I'm
rude.
her mother. It's just like villains live in different worlds than everybody else, and I don't think there's somebody that's lived in a more different world than her cast than Missy Payne. I love Missy though too. Like it's something where, do I want to watch my mom play Survivor? No, but there's some layers of a Texas mom who's in the cheer community who isn't used to hearing no. Like all of that kind of layers worked for her. And it is kind of crazy she never got voted out, even though she was rubbing all this stuff wrong. And it's like, was it because she was a goat? Like, oh, she only got her daughter's vote. And like Wicked stepmother, like how, if you like Josh or not, that's I don't want to say iconic, but it's a very influential speech at Final Tribal where it's completely centered around how despicable one of the people on the Final Tribal is. I'm saying Reed instead of Josh. My bad.
You're saying Josh instead.
I got
of
my gays mixed up. They look exactly
How could
the same.
you?
That's my bad. I have gay blindness because I am gay myself. It's Reed and Reed, both of those instances. Thank you. So that's Missy Payne. Any comments on the Payne gang, Payne Queen?
I love the pick,
got it.
Blake.
Do you actually, Will?
She didn't save Caleb's life.
Good job, Sydney.
I mean, she
It was
defended her
Sydney's
daughter.
life. Get it right.
Yeah, she defended her daughter on national television from an evil man. She finished the game with an Achilles tear, not a broken leg.
Oh,
I
you're
Well, you
You're
talk about
splitting
not
hairs.
being able to redeem somebody, Phil. I don't know.
All I'm saying, man, Colts started 8-1 this year and missed the playoffs. I feel like Blake is on a very similar run right now. That's all I'm saying. Blake, what's your next?
This one has some sentimental for me because I told my French teacher, Survivor's my favorite show ever. You should watch tonight's episode. And then this person went on one of the most insane one episode villain arcs of all time. His name is James Reed, but you know him as Rocky. Rocky absolutely completely bullied Anthony to an inch of his life before voting him out. And it's one of those things where you're like, Rocky, what is your problem? Like, I think there's we've got villains that are fun to watch. We got villains that are good at the game. And then we have villains that are neither. And that's kind of where Rocky falls into this of like, do you want him to come back? No. But it's like, I think if he hadn't have been, he's like a product of his own environment, of being on the worst tribe of all time with no food whatsoever, with all that male energy. And it was just raw. And the dude calls himself Rocky. He has the Slice Stallone face the whole time. And you're just like, this guy's a character. But on top of all that, he's just so mean. And then wondering like, can I get a break? And you're like, no, you're the worst. Go home, please. And that next day when my French teacher came back in,
Yeah.
he was
Will,
like,
hold that.
I ran into
There it
Rocky
is.
not that long ago.
"Oh
There
my
he is.
god." Well, tell him about my French teacher. The next day, my French teacher said, "So, Blake, why do you like that show again?" And that French teacher looked at me sideways for about a couple months afterwards. It was pretty sad.
Rocky's a great pick. Blake, you redeemed yourself big time there. That's a great pick. Rocky is so entertaining. He makes. I know he gets tiring for some people. I feel like he makes part
No.
of Fiji.
Yeah. You can't have Fiji without Rocky as one of the
Saves the
heels.
pre-merge, honestly. It's like
Yeah.
a terrible pre-merge other than just Rocky being like constantly on the have-nots try being like, damn, we lost again.
Oh.
Oh, that's so good. All right, McKenna, you're up.
Well, my pig's got a brother, and I'm going with Scott to round it out.
Wow.
Can't have Kyle without Scott. So I think he is also one of the most villainous villains that we've had. He just doesn't have the backstory. And yes, he saves Sydney too. All right. He has some qualities about him, but I feel like he's arguably more of a villain than Kyle Jason is, and pouring the water on the fire and all that jazz. So
Don't people look up to professional athletes?
Just because they're taller.
Right. Especially basketball players. Like, didn't they have an NFL player on the Heroes tribe? For Heroes
They
Heroes
did.
Hustler?
They
No,
did.
that's a great pick. I do honestly think Scott is like a bigger actual villain than Kyle Jason,
Yes.
but Kyle Jason is most like more notable Survivor player.
Agreed.
So I get the order there.
Had Scott Pollard on the podcast once. If everybody wants to go listen
Yeah.
and talk about Michelle,
What did he say?
he loved Michelle.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So I think Scott Pollard's a hero, to be honest with you, McKenna.
Yeah, that's another knock again. He loves Michelle.
That's two people. Is you have Natalie and Scott is definitely more of a hero than Natalie.
Yeah.
We're definitely now into like we got kind of our favorite TV villains out, and I feel like now we're in like the bullying. It's like who's actually
Get up
mean?
as quickly as possible.
That's where we're at in this draft, and so I gotta go with Nyanka from Survivor Nicaragua. I mean, talk about a bully who bullied Fabio somehow. Fabio's like, what am I came like Fabio walked up to her and she just goes, nope, shut up. You are dumb. I hate you. like, I didn't even do anything.
The fact that she
And
couldn't
then
find her
she votes
socks.
for him to win, which maybe that's why she's a hero.
The
Honestly.
fact that she couldn't find her socks at one point, stole Fabio's, and Fabio was like, "Where's my socks?" And then
Hey,
like,
like,
Bianca
yeah.
has it, and they show a shot of her just walking away from
And then she gets mad at him for asking about his socks that she stole. Not to mention her shoving over Kelly Bruno with one
Yeah.
leg.
and talks about it in confessional, saying, "I don't care if I have to do that."
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I have
all
to
the
take her leg and
merge
hit her with
candy
it or
too.
something. We had a very animated chat about this when we did Every Season Matters. But Nyanka is, and then she quits, and then does she have the idol and not give it to anybody either? Just like,
Yeah, and she blows kisses to everybody on the way out.
yeah,
and
she
she
is.
takes
I
the
mean, I'm honestly
reward.
surprised she lasted this long.
She takes the reward knowing that she's gonna leave, and Holly
Mhm.
is just like, "All right, I guess
she
I'll
takes
sit
the
out."
reward. That's the best. She's quitting that
Just-
night. She's like, no,
just
I
have
want
a
to
day to
hot dog.
think about it.
Bianca,
And that's the
you
one
know.
where, yeah, that's so. Oh, it's so good.
I will say, as Will said, we had a very animated discussion. I truly think that Nyanka is like a bottom 5 person to play Survivor. She was going towards my you can't pick her. I think she's so unnecessarily mean to Kelly, and I think it bars on offensive. So
I mean,
anyway,
if Brian and Will Sims have been drafted, Nyanka's certainly available.
I mean Brian didn't do anything on Survivor. He
Oh
just
my god.
I need to
Dumb.
leave this conversation.
yeah. Remember, guys, Tegwith was that's on.
I'm never gonna live that down, thinking it was a completely different person.
All right, Tegwith, you get to take Sheehan, or so I can't name another person from Thailand, so that's the best I got. Go ahead.
And I am.
Penny from Thailand? Come on now.
I'm
we
going
got-
with an. What's up?
Let me do this. Let me do this super chat from Ryan Chan, who's just hitting us with the $2 insult Blakes. Alina getting caught flower stealing with Nyanka. And then Alina's like, I feel bad. And Nyanka's like, I really don't care. Amazing. Wow. All right, Tegwith, now you can go. Sorry, I had to get that in there.
All right, sounds good. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. Whew. So I'm going with somebody whose name is technically on the board, not once but twice. But they've got a different last name. Duh. I'm going with Natalie Bolton. She is a villain. One of the people who stole, I mean, she literally took the idol off of Eric's neck, was correct me if I'm wrong, was a alternate for Heroes versus Villains and was actually on location. Isn't that right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
She has her photos.
She has her photos. I think that, she's got that similar kind of like arrogance is the wrong confidence. I want to say confidence, not arrogance. Confidence that like Parvati has that I think really comes across in a game like this as like a villainous, but it ends up working in your favor a lot of the time. And huge Natalie fan. We need to see her back. She's somebody that I think is absolutely snubbed. We need to see her. It's crazy that we've only seen her one time. And yeah, going with Natalie Bolton.
I love it. I mean, I was surprised when I said Natalie Cole that she didn't go in that next round because I feel like people, especially when McKenna said Natalie Anderson, I thought she was going to say Natalie Bolton. So I'm surprised Natalie took this on to get off the board. She flosses with the jugular.
Yeah.
One of my 50 snubs. Good pick.
Good pick.
Thank you. I've gotten so many good picks from Will this episode, and that honestly feels so good, guys. That feels really, really good.
You don't know Will
Don't
yet.
tell Will. Don't tell Will.
Yeah.
Tegwith's got a strong team.
I'm loving where my team is going. I do like Tegwitz, but she has a New Era person, so she's doomed. I like where mine is going here, and I'm gonna go with season 1. Hatch was a villain kind of because like he had to be a villain. Season 2, Jerry's a villain. She's not really that bad. Season 3,
Took another one.
Season 3, I feel like we get our first like actual villain. But then he ends up being unbelievably rootable. And I know, Will, you kind of disagree with that take. This is a player who, plays aggressively, eats up confessional time, talks about slitting people's throats. He comes out in All-Stars and it's all about the game. And this time it's just business. And then when he gets blindsided, he doesn't like it so much. I'm going to go with Lex. I feel like Lex is probably one of the most entertaining villains from those early seasons, especially since he goes so far in Africa. And I feel like him, Big Tom, Ethan, all three of them play so differently. And I do feel like, the way that Lex plays in Africa is, I think, the first truly villainous game where they also had control over a lot of what was happening. Kelly Goldsmith, ready to vote him out just because she hates him, just wants him out of the game. And then Brandon messes it up. So he turns around and votes Brandon out anyway. Lex, I think, is a very personable villain, but somebody that I'm surprised lasted this long. So I will happily take him.
That's a great pick. He was my next to my board. So you've done that twice in a row now.
Wow. He gave goats to that town in Africa. So,
yeah, good point.
Really
Didn't he help kids?
Didn't he go on a hot air balloon and keep it from flying away?
I don't like this like find the one good thing anymore. I'm done.
I've always said with Lex
that
I think Lex is closer to Coach, like he's V1 Coach, and that he's so delusional. And if you watch it through that lens, that's very much what's going on. I don't know if he could have won. And so, if Coach is considered a villain, then Lex also has to be considered a villain. I think Lex is a little, and they both have this holier than thou, like Lex goes up to who's it, Clarence, like, yeah, we're voting you out. I just want to be upfront with you, I want to be honorable, but like he's anything but honorable. And this like false sense of righteousness is carried both by Coach and by Lex, and that is an extremely villainous thing to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I don't think he's quite at the level of Coach, but I think Lex could have won Africa. But man, I love Lex. I really do. I think Lex is a snub for 50 for sure.
Oh, so, yeah, I agree there too.
Yeah. Who had him on the team for the 50 snub?
Did anybody take him?
Tegwith is pointing to herself.
I think it was me, right?
I have to go look. I can't remember what we did.
I'm 90% sure it's me. I don't know. I also could be wrong. I don't know anything.
Tegwith took Lex in round 3. Did anybody take him? Round 3.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick.
I like the Rob Tabachnik here. Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 Thailand people and expect to like wake up tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Robert
right.
would have been justified. He choked out Clay Jordan.
Yeah, he
Some would
choked
call him
someone.
a hero for that.
He got kicked out of the challenge, or should I not say who got kicked out of a challenge?
We're not doing the guy who got kicked out of a challenge. If anybody picks Samoa guy who got kicked out of a challenge, you're off the podcast.
What's
that
his
was,
name?
That was in the chat. It was like one of the first comments.
There's so many people here, like where it is coming up. I know Rome mentioned Colton and Brandon Hance. I am not taking either one of
Yeah,
those.
I feel like those two cross.
There's also an
a little
obvious
bit.
Nicaragua pick, but that's not happening either.
Who's the Nicaragua pick? I thought it was Nyanka.
Well, in tribal council talks to Sash.
While we're
Oh.
on
Asks him a
topic
very
here,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Wait,
you got
I didn't mean to remove Will. Look, Will's got Rob's.
of running into Survivor players at bars who are bartending, I also ran into Rob Z. Not too
Love
long
that.
ago.
Hey.
Did he have
And
a
Will, you texted me that picture. That man has no hair now, and I immediately knew that was Rob. You were a little.
It's funny. I was
impressed.
talking to him for a long time, and then I asked him his name, or we got each other's names, and he was like Rob, and I was like, wait, what? Oh, whoa! And then it like clicked for me. I was like, wait, no way!
With 2 B's? My
Yeah.
bad.
it was too big. I think that's what I said to confirm it, because I was like, I didn't want to be like, yo, you are on Survivor. I was like, wait, do you spell that with 2 B's? And he's like, yeah.
Meanwhile, like I said, I knew that within 3 seconds of seeing the photo because I have
So
problems.
good.
All right. Where am I going here? I lost my train of thought. I had a good pick and now I've lost it.
I don't know. You've thrown me
Uh-oh.
off. You've thrown me.
Oh God, I had a pick and now I really did. I lost it. I can't remember who it was. Somebody help me.
We can just come back to you.
Rob Z?
It's not Rob Z. Rob Z distracted me. Why did that happen to me?
You were talking about Lex.
I was talking about Lex.
Yeah, you
So
picked
maybe
Lex.
there's something
But you
there.
haven't done your new era pick yet. So your new era pick is
I'm gonna go with Judd.
No,
Oh,
no,
another one on my
seriously?
board, Phil. Wow,
Yeah.
Phil is
Bottom
actually in these later rounds. I think Abby Maria and Corinne are way too early. And Brian
Do you mean
is like,
Fabio
huh?
or something? Do you mean Fabio?
Judd
Actually,
Sargent.
I cannot believe you're
From
picking Judd right
Guatemala.
now. I'm actually
Are
so
you
mad
sad?
at you. I'm really, really mad at you.
That was your next
actually.
pick?
Yeah, I'm actually.
Have
really
you
mad
been
at
to his hotel?
No, I'm pretty sure he lived. He was a doorman. I thought at a building. Or was it a hotel? I thought it was just like.
Oh, maybe it was a building. I don't know.
I've walked past it. I've met him, and I genuinely fangirled. I love Guatemala #1, and I love Judd. I'm a huge Judd fan, and I'm actually so mad at you.
Yeah, we had him on the podcast twice. Kristen was on both times, his wife. He is so much fun. He is just so much fun. And his season on Guatemala, that man couldn't come back because there were just like other versions. Like essentially you get the Russell Hance that comes and takes his spot for Heroes Villains. He is so much fun. The way he talks to Margaret, the way he yells at Margaret essentially nurses them all back to health. He still can't stand her. The whole ADD speech is amazing. I hope you all get eaten by freaking crocodiles is amazing. Him getting hammered at the one reward where he like gets to, he gets first place and gets to pick who's with him, and he's just a total slob the whole time. Judd is just phenomenal TV.
There's the
and-
idol in the tree. The idol's up in the trees.
Yeah, he lied about the idol.
On the ground.
Crazy.
He's on the ground, guys,
Yeah.
looking up in the trees.
he says, the one thing I will tell you is it's definitely on the ground, and Gary Hogaboom follows him and he's looking in the trees. Like, what's he doing? He was so good. And like,
That
just,
is a great pick.
it's also like back in the day, the visual of them sitting on temple stairs of just him so chill in that hoodie, just barking out orders, thinking he's on top of the world, and he goes home. I love Judd. So Judd, 2 Ds, not Judson. Sorry, Tagwith.
Go
Yeah,
back
that
and check those
hurts.
archives for the Guatemala rewatch that you and Alexa did.
Yeah, that's true. Look at that. McKenna knows our channel better than I do.
It's because I was a fan at that point, not podcasting.
There you go. Who's up? Tagwith.
Me. That's why I'm also so mad. Angelina was. I was like, oh, okay, Angelina's gonna get taken at some point. Like I was risking it going late. I thought that I was gonna get Judd. I genuinely. That's why I'm so upset.
I had
it's
Judd
like-
very close to top 2. I had Lex and Judd. Basically, Phil's last 3 picks, Shane, Lex, and Judd, are all like in my next
I hope you all get bitten by a freaking crocodile is genuinely one of my favorite exits. It's my favorite exit in Survivor ever. I love it so much. I'm actually aghast. I don't know what to do right now. I need like a second to gather my thoughts.
We'll
We have
get
a
Ryan
super
Shannon.
fun.
Judd was on Survivor Live and was yelling at a caller saying that she didn't like his personality. Dalton Ross looked so awkward. That was Dalton's early show that he used to do back in the day. Judd is like kind of a one of one guy. I know there's other people who are like Judd, but I feel like Judd on Survivor is kind of like his own beast, and I love it.
Me too. All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Okay. I'm thinking of two people. I'm Amy Cusack.
It's a good one too on my board.
She's one of my favorite players ever. She might not have been on my snub list, but she's definitely somebody that I absolutely want to see back. But she's just like, she's an icon. She is, wasn't she the one that created the All Women's Alliance?
Yeah.
In that season, which obviously didn't end up working, but I don't know. I just love Amy. I'm really thrown off, so I can't even like.
I mean,
say
picking
anything
Amy
right
on
now.
being thrown off is still a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good.
I mean, Vanuatu love is always deserved. We now have two from Vanuatu picked, as
That's
they
it.
should be. So I think Amy's a great pick. I think if Amy had a better run on Fans vs. Favorite, she's an all-time Survivor player. People just kind of forget how good she was.
Yeah.
That first season, she is. You talk about like the arrogance and stuff. She was so confident, and everything she was doing was working. I loved it. So yeah, good pick with Amy. Even
Thank
though
you.
you clearly wanted Judd.
I'm really kind of shaken by that. I'm not gonna lie.
Will, are you also still shaking, or have you figured it out?
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
Like the earthquakes in Vanuatu?
I don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna, I gotta go. I'm gonna go to my old bag of tricks here that I pick for every draft, and I'm gonna go Kenny from Gabon. And I think he's such an interesting villain to me because he starts out as an underdog, and I think there are very few Survivor players that have like this. He's the rootable nerd who's like hasn't kissed a girl in 5 years or maybe ever, and then loses his new girlfriend that like the first girl to ever talk to him. They vote her out first, and he's like, "Oh, damn, shucks! Like, what am I gonna do?" He is on the worst starting tribe. Everyone's yelling at each other. They're miserable. But by the end of that season, he is literally just lying to people's faces. He's the one that his villain arc starts when he tells Sugar, yeah, Ace is trying to get you. And Ace is like so loyal to Kenny. I know Ace was in consideration in the chat somewhere as being a villain. It's like, if you think Ace is a villain, who got Ace out by just making up a bold-faced lie? And he continues to lie. He makes the deal with Bob, goes back on it, and then calls out Bob for being a liar. And he rises into this complete little villain as he crouches and plays with grass and talks to people. He is a villain. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I think we've done a couple like heroes villains recast, and he's usually in there. Usually because that's probably me doing it. But he is absolutely a villain. It's fun to see him grow into it. It's almost like the Joker. It's a villain origin story.
I mean, Kenny, shocked, Will. Crazy.
Why are you
pick.
saying no way?
Like, no way. Wow, that's crazy. Didn't see that
He's
coming.
shocked.
No, I mean, I think that's a great pick. I mean, we just talk about Kenny so much, and Will, it's like it's kind of how I felt when I
leaving him here for me. I gotta take him. I'm not taking Heidi. Don't worry.
When I took Shane earlier, that's how I felt. I'm like, I've already talked about this guy like a week ago. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
But
okay.
You got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
What's our next topic? Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. All right, McKenna, you're up.
I am gonna go with Ron Clark. I think he's packaged as someone who will be really nice and kind and a great ally, but then he'll give you an advantage menu that is completely expired to try and keep you from playing something real. I think he is out for himself always and won't put other people before him in the game.
I think Ron would love that you just did that. I think he would be so stoked that you consider him one of the best villains, because I don't think that I do see where you're coming from on that. Like, he comes across on that season as villainous. When he's talking, it's a little bit more villainous. He's conniving on that season. It just doesn't really get to come out in full force.
I wanted to take some picks that weren't the obvious ones, that weren't, all on the villains tribe, that weren't, just the people that when you think villains, you think, Fair Play, Sandra, Randy, all the people we took in the first round. So I wanted to, get some of those deeper cut, maybe on the edge people that we haven't been talking about with all of your drafts and things like that.
The Ron Clark boot is going to be one of the 10 episodes they air before the season begins for season 50. We'll be covering all
crazy, by the way.
10 most important episodes in Survivor history.
Hey, Blake, can you do your eye roll for a second, please?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about those episodes.
They did not do. Look, I'm excited, and I think it's fun to try to go for a deeper cut, but the fact that they went 48 and it's the Shaheen boot instead of the Joe and Eva
Actually,
episode.
crazy.
The Borneo premiere is not there. Crazy.
What am I? Is that Judd kissing you, Tegla?
Yes, it is. I've been looking for this.
Oh,
And that's me
amazing.
fangirling.
I can't
I'm so
believe that.
happy.
I can't believe that one day I'm going to come up and we're going to replicate that photo. Me and it's going to be incredible. I love him.
Imagine if it were the other Judd, though.
I know. Hey,
I
I've
called
never been
him.
in the same room as Judge Sargent. I have with Fabio. So, there you go. You win some, you lose some.
And I won this
Blake,
one.
what do you got for us?
But if I would ever pass you along in life and you are laying there dying of thirst, I would not give you a drink of water. I would let the vultures take you and do whatever they want with you. No ill regrets. It's Sue Hawk's final speech to those two poor people. I feel like all kinds of villains can happen. Bitter jury is a layer of villain that I don't think we have very much of. That's one of the most bitter jurors. I think if Corinne, yes, too. The other thought process would be if All Stars, the first one was heroes versus villains. I don't think there's a single thought Sue would be on the villains tribe of that half. I think she is. One other layer that I've been doing is if we made these into tribes, which one would you not want to be with too? If you added Sue Hawk into my current crew, she would get in a fight with every single one of them. I think Sue Hawk is somebody that is so brash, so over the top, so I have the right way. I know exactly what I'm thinking and what I'm doing, that she would butt heads with literally everybody. I don't know if that's as villainous as some of these others, but we are getting into the 40s, the 41s, the 49s of this stuff. I think Sue has by far the most memorable speech in the history of the show, probably because it's one of the first ones, but it is some of the meanest shit ever. Like I've take some people earlier because of that. And I think Sue Hawk has a place in a villain's draft for the rest of her life, in my opinion.
Boo, her speech sucks. All right. Anyway, I thought you were going to go with the Mad Dog one, Blake. I had typed it in. I thought you were going to say if we were passing you in the street, every one of us would give you a drink of water. Thought you were going to go Mad Dog Hershey.
Wow. I do like that she flipped the scripts. She's a game changer. Bring her back for 54. Widely, everybody's kind of on the 54 train is going to be all stars. So you might want to get on 51 and 52 real quick so you can do that. I think it's going back to me, right?
Yep.
Very good.
Okay, I have to click back to my Wikipedia so I don't say this person's last name wrong. This is somebody from the new era. It's a man that didn't quite make jury. He showed flashes of villainy that I was so impressed by, and he also reminds me of me. I'm a 34-year-old Texas person that moved to California.
No.
I'm taking Thomas Crottinger. I think he is the best flashes of evil villainry. He got by an idol, but he said one of the coolest things I've ever heard of. Who knows that we have this clue? Can we just take it and throw it in the not get rid of it. I butchered that quote, but it's not as specific as a quote. So I liked that thought process of, has anybody ever thought that, done that? I think a lot of the steam of that season, he was supposed to be the brainchild for his side. And I think a lot of the steam of the second half goes because Thomas isn't there to drive some stuff. I do think he would be not bitter, but I think he would hold grudges and be like, I'll get you out of here, if they had gotten rid of Shaheen instead of Thomas. So I do think Thomas, he has the most potential to come back and like, oh, you thought I was villainous the first time? I'm going to be so cutthroat. I'm not going to pull any punches even at final 16. I'm going all the way. So I think he's somebody, he'll be my pre-merge person that I like. Oh, I put him on my most wanted backlist. I think he'd be phenomenal, and he is villainous.
The wheels have fallen off.
Imagine if Thomas lasted longer than Shaheen, how much better 48 would have been there. Just saying.
I cry every day. I cry every time.
Will, why don't you finish that thought there? Because I think that was more important. I didn't mean to jump in on you. Say that again.
I finished my thought.
Just say it one more time, just so everybody hears it.
The wheels have fallen off.
Blake has just the shell of a car. He's going to be Barney Rubble in it down the street coming up.
I think Thomas is a great pick. I was making my list. I was going to have Thomas in my last pick because I was like, man, this is so good. I'm being so clever right now. I'm going to pick Thomas. Blake steals him from me yet again. Clearly, I'm not as original as I thought. All of my picks being stolen.
Nobody
Don't all chime in at once. Okay.
True.
Tegwith, did you think that we were all going to be like, no, Tegwith, you're so
No, I thought you were going to move on the conversation. Kind of a good ending, and then it's just silence.
You know, the self-reflection of a second of like, oh no, what did I say? McKenna, you're up.
I am in a toss-up between three that probably nobody will pick. So I have my options, but I really want this person on my tribe because I really like the way that they played the game. And if it wasn't for Edge of Extinction, I think that they would be close to winning it. And I'm going Victoria Bamonde. I think she played a very cutthroat game and she was very stone cold. Getting the Aubrey Brute is one of the best of that season. I just really like how she played in that season.
I mean, I thought Victoria Bamonde was going to win the entire time, and then
she got screwed by Edge of Extinction.
Yeah,
so bad.
She got
screwed. I think she played brilliantly, was maneuvering the way that she had to maneuver, got out the people that she needed to, and then, you know, because Chris got back in the game saying that, you know, Victoria's the biggest threat according to everybody who's going to be on the jury, let's get her out, and then that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. I also think it's really interesting to think about, you know, these villains that we've said some people who have like continued on watching Survivor, who continue kind of like their villainy, if you will, in their like online
persona.
It's
present.
I think that's
presence.
Tegwith just pulled a Phil, but doesn't have the backup computer. Tegwith, you're just coming back now. You had said online. We're assuming the next word is going to be presence.
Oh, presence or persona. I said persona.
I said persona. There we go.
But like, you know, they kind of say some really cutting things, right? They're very not, you know, they're mean, not in a mean way, sometimes in a mean way. Randy Bailey being one, but Victoria is also one where she just like puts it out there and she says whatever she wants. Like, that was dumb. I hated that, whatever it is. And I think that she's kind of continued on her villainy is maybe not the right word, but like in how she talks about the show and tweets about the show. And I find that really interesting.
Honesty.
And did I do it again?
I said honesty, like her honesty. Like brutal honesty. Yeah.
Brutal honesty. Yeah.
Big fan.
Again, God, I need to stop talking. God, I
remember
really
all her
clear out of room.
All of her cast was like, wow, Phil, did you really think Victoria was going to win? They all got so tired of me talking about Victoria, which was funny because I felt like I was just as high on Lauren O'Connell that season. But sorry I didn't see Gavin, Chris, and Julie making it, guys. I really apologize that was my bad. All right, Will, you're up.
Gotta reshuffle after McKenna's pick here.
Did that really throw you off?
No. I'm kidding.
I'm pretty sure she was next on your list, Will.
This is a tough one. I think it's honestly it's becoming more difficult when we're going with Thomas and Victoria. It's like make it easy for me and take some people on my board, you know? I'm gonna go again. I started this draft with what's like one of the biggest lies ever told in the history of reality TV. What's one of the biggest, what's the word for this? Betrayals? Backstab? Like going back on your word? Is that a betrayal? Going back here? It's not the same thing. I'm going to go with Dreams. Man, Yao Man gave him a car, a motor vehicle, and then just didn't hold up his end of the deal. I mean, that he just straight up, I don't know if it was a lie at the time. Maybe you don't call it a lie, but like in terms of like just being not a trustworthy, like honest person, and to prevent Yao Man from getting to Final Three and being a winner of this game and potentially getting $1 million, he voted Yao Man out and instead got 0 votes in Final Topic Council, knowing he'd probably get 0 votes. So I got to go Dreams. It's just such a villainous move that I don't even like. That was so big. It's kind of forgotten, honestly.
Who
I like that
forgets
pick.
that car move? I don't think anybody forgets the car
Yeah,
move.
it's not in my comment
Thank you,
section.
Nicole.
People talk about it all the time.
Well, what good value in round 9 then?
It is. I mean, is Dreams a villain earlier in that season though, or is it only that? Like Dreams the one who gets picked on because he's not to make coffee. He's the one who's like trying to do the right thing while the 4 horsemen are assholes. Like Will.
I don't know. He has a
there
couple
are-
episodes.
One of the most
where
villainous
he's a
moments, I think, in the
rough
show's
person.
history.
I think there are categories to villain. Like when I was sorting it out for who I wanted to pick too, it was like, all right, who's a villain? Who is, they're kind of a villain, but who just made a one move that was pretty villainous, and that was Dreams was on that list for me.
Yeah. In terms of, some people have their villainous moments and some people have their overallness.
Yeah.
Their overalls, like Rob Roush.
I don't know. I saw this comment and I was going to say this, so I wasn't going to, but I feel like there was also kind of, Yao Man. Dreams had been homeless at one point. A car is kind of a very big deal. I know Survivor. So sometimes, in retrospect, I think that they were both kind of icky in that situation. So that's why I feel like I don't know if Dreams is really a villain in that situation. Because if he takes him, he loses. I know he probably loses either way. I mean, he definitely loses either way because we know he loses in one way. But, also Yao Man holding a car over somebody who probably desperately needs it. I don't know.
I mean, Yao Man admits afterwards that he knew there was no way he was getting that car. He just wanted to see because he figured there was no way he was going to the end. So.
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah, it is what it is. Who's up? Tegwith, you're up.
It's me. Debbie.
Good.
Debbie from
W.
Debbie Warner. Yeah.
She's definitely a villain. That's a good
Yeah.
pick.
I love Debbie. I once a year pretty much use her sound on TikTok where she goes through the list of the jobs she's had. I mean, I've got Philip and Debbie, and I feel like that's just the two sides of the same coin, and that makes me happy.
I mean, when you're quoting "I'm pissed," do we quote Liz? Do we quote Debbie? Like
I both
have the soundbite,
and they're both amazing. But Debbie's amazing. I feel like I didn't need to say it. It's just Debbie because again, it comes off like, is it a villain? Yes, but also like there's this kind of like somebody said it earlier, like holier than thou kind of situation where she's done so many things, but that's what makes her such a great casting. And that's what makes her so entertaining, similar to like Philip and so many other people that we've said today. I love Debbie.
The fact that she was like, I'm a gymnast, I can balance better than Haley. She fell off the beam so many times when Debbie also fell off the beam and she didn't get through it in 5 seconds.
I love Debbie. I love Debbie.
Delusion's a very big part of making a good
Villainry.
villain too. Delusion
Yeah.
helps. That really does.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to see if I actually want to pick a New Era person at all. I don't think I'm going to. I really don't. I think that the other villains, like, there's some good
The
villains.
new era just doesn't have the villain. They don't have like the gameplay villains don't feel that villainous in the new era because that's what it's like so talked about as a good thing. Whereas gameplay villains hit harder earlier because it's not established that's how the game's played yet.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 other people that I probably could go with. That like maybe from the new era, but I think I'm gonna ultimately just stick with old. I don't have a China person. I mentioned this person earlier. I'm gonna go Jean Robert. He is
Great Great pick.
so
That's a
disgusting.
villain. That's like a villain.
I mean, he's a like Will, if I would have taken him where I took Corinne, would you have respected that more? Like if I take him as a end of third round, like I feel like Jean Robert, when you rewatch,
You could make an argument like, yeah, no, he's definitely a villain.
he's such a sleazebag and everybody can't stand him and he thinks he's playing such a good strategic game and he's just not. Like he's just playing so badly the entire time, and everything that he does is just so frowned upon. The way he talks about Courtney, the way he talks about Amanda, the way that he lays around in the shelter, his confessionals, everything about him. And I think what makes him so much fun is that like he ultimately gets got by the people that he thought he was so much better than. And then you're like, okay, maybe Jean Robert really was playing this up for the cameras and it was just this. And then he gets to the reunion and he asks Eric if he's still a virgin in front of everybody. I'm just like, this guy is the ultimate like douche bro energy. I love him. I think he's so entertaining. I think every season needs a Jean Robert that ultimately goes out in like 8th or 9th place, not understanding that he played a terrible game. He gets absolutely owned at the final tribal council. And I'll never forget James just going, "You shut him up. You shut him up." It's the best. So that's my first one. And then with my last pick, this one's not going to be as exciting. I probably should have saved Jean Robert for the end because that's like, woo, yeah, Jean Robert, that's fun. Woohoo. I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to go with another person that falls really into this Judd Sargent realm, and I'm going to go Joe Mena from Heroes vs. Healers vs. Hustlers. I think that Joe... It's funny because Joe pretty much gets immediately overshadowed by Dom, but then they don't bring Dom back and they don't bring Joe back. And I feel like this archetype of villain is just a really, 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 really fun type of villain. And, I like watching him. There's the one episode where him and I think it's Dr. Mike just go full villain the entire time because Joe thinks he's going home. And then he ultimately doesn't go home. And he's like, well, now I just made an ass out of myself the entire time. And now I have no chance of winning. I think it's amazing. So I'm going to go Joe Mena as my last pick here. And yes, Blake, I will put Sue Hawk. Okay.
Can a healer really be a villain or?
Ooh, that's a good point.
I
Didn't
mean,
he, like,
I don't know, is
rehabilitate like
Candace-
prisoners or something?
yeah. I mean, he's good, man. Love Joe Mena. Love him. He goes here. I thought about Danielle. Didn't take Danielle. Danielle has ruined my wife's life, who didn't watch Terry play Survivor until last year. And every once a week, she brings up how Terry was her robbed king and it's Danielle's fault. So if you're ever wondering if Danielle's a villain, just show up at my house for a whole week and you will hear plenty of negative things about Danielle ruining King Terry's life. So could have taken her, but I'm going Joe Mena.
Great pick, Phil.
I just like Ryan Chan here. He's like really pumping me up. The thought of John Robert, Shane, Judd, Abby, Maria, and Natalie interacting. I mean,
These would all be great tribes. I think all of them.
Yeah, mine would be better.
They should do a whole show of just villains.
It's almost like
And then put a bunch of people I have no idea who they are because I only do competition reality shows. And I'm like, who are these guys?
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Okay. That was a reference if anybody knows. No, but they don't. Princess Bride. Okay. I am gonna disappoint you all, and I am gonna go New Era for my last pick. But who am I gonna choose? Okay, I'm gonna go. I feel like I've got to go. Oh, but I want to go. And also over here, I'm getting whispers. Nyanka has already been picked.
Here we go.
Ryan's whispering, Nyanka, do Nyanka. Okay, so I feel like I should go Jessie, but I really want to go Venus. And I'm saying that out loud because it's my last pick. So I can say that because no one's going to rob me of anybody because this is my last pick. I should go Jessie, but I want to go Venus. Do I go with my heart or do I go with my head?
Heart.
I'm going to go with, is that because you want Jessie though?
No.
What's happening?
Yeah.
No.
Will wants Jesse. Take Jesse so Will can't have. Will's probably going to find a way to take Jelinski here, but he would definitely take Jesse.
Zelensky, I mean, he lied with the card game. You know, it was the skull. He said, "I don't have the skull."
It's
If
because
Gabler-
you're stealing these for the Patreon, Tegwith. So go with your heart.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I'll go Venus. I got to go Venus. I honestly don't even think
Thank
she's.
God.
I think that she's like villainous in a Courtney Yates Tyson kind of way. I think that she's really wonderful. I genuinely I can't remember if her game is necessarily that villainous because there was so much going on that season. I was like, what is happening? But I think that she's so witty. She's funny. And she's just kind of got that edge to her that we don't often see in the new era. And yeah, I final pick Venus. Happy with it.
I think Venus, you talked about like Courtney Tyson. The difference is I don't think she's as aware as either of them. So I think some of her stuff like comes across even better from a villainous standpoint because she's like, woohoo, I'm killing it.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. And people are talking about her on the Canadian version of The Traitors, which I have not seen, but I've heard that she was very good on it. So like I think that, you know, solid. I think she's a solid reality competition player.
She was on The Traitors. That's amazing.
Her and Omer on the same season.
Yep.
Whoa. Wow.
There are some times though, Will, that I don't know if you're being sarcastic or being sincere.
No, I did not know that.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. Will does not have social media.
Will's not a big
like,
traders guy. He's he just
Got
does a podcast on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Exactly.
You're up, Will. Finish yours out.
This one's tough. I think there's like, yeah, I mean, I gotta go Jesse here, and I think there's a big debate whether Jesse is a villain or not. But like, again, I've kind of built my team around like big moments. Starting off with Fair Play as my captain, he's kind of the big moment guy. So I gotta go Jesse. Just betraying Cody is one of the most cold-blooded, ruthless gameplay villain moves ever. And that doesn't even include all of his like lying to White even about like, oh yeah, well, knowledge is power is out there. Give me your idol, bro. I got you. And then votes him out and then he has his idol. I mean, that's savage gameplay. Obviously we root for him because he's a family man. He has an incredible backstory, but from a pure gameplay perspective, which I actually don't have a lot of on my team, he's a killer, man. Jesse's a killer villain.
Go ahead, Tagwith.
No, and I'm just gonna say, like, if I really, and I'll get off my soapbox later, but I really think if that move had been done 15 seasons ago, 20 seasons ago, we wouldn't necessarily have the backstory. We would just have, hey, we're building up to this guy having this big betrayal. Let's make him the villain, and they would have made them the villain. And it would have been easy, and we would not even have a doubt in our mind that he was a villain because of that move, and they would have edited around it. And I will get off my soapbox now.
No, that's fine. I agree. He's a villain. That's a villain. That's his best friend.
It's great. It's a great move. Villainy does not mean bad all of the time.
Right.
And it's a great move, great game move, but it is cutthroat. If we're saying Boston Rob did a villainous thing by blindsiding Lex, then this is also a villainous thing that was done.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even get married afterwards. So, you know.
I like the Jesse pick. I was between Jesse and Joe. I just think Joe is so funny on his season because he's like playing the whole time knowing he's a goat and trying to be a purposeful goat. And it's like the worst strategy. And he just keeps being an ass to everybody. And they're so mad. And Jesse, I feel like he's a hero for some of that season, for a majority of that season.
I can tell you why I think that is. But I've already stepped out my soapbox.
Yep, you're off. Tegwood's not allowed to talk the rest of the podcast. So, you're up, McKenna. Last pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm debating between a few people. And do I want to go and have one last pick on my list that everybody could probably agree is a villain? Do I want to keep going on my trend of kind of towing the line a little bit? Do I want to add a new era person? Do I add another female to my list? I don't know. So,
Who does know?
yeah, who does know?
Not Blake.
I think I'm going to go with this person. It is one of the most brutal blindsides, and I'm going to go with Jay from Millennials versus Gen X.
Ooh, I liked it.
The
Oh,
Michaela
that's literally-
blindside
Are
is
you kidding me?
Did you go?
There's no way, Blake. Were you actually
He
going
just-
Jay?
He murdered Michaela and said, "Yeah, that was
Yeah, he was not even on my board because I was rooting for him so much because he was my winner pick. But wow, that's
Wow.
that's a great pick. I
That's a
can't
really
believe I
good
didn't
pick.
think of that. That's
Thank
a great
you,
moment.
Thank you. I finally redeemed myself. Last pick.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about Jay either, but yeah, when you think about it, nobody had
It's
a more
because
stone
you
cold
get like
stare.
the backstory with like his mom, the bonding with him and Adam, but him and Adam were also going at it the entire time. He had like the Hot People Alliance. Like this is kind of Survivor archetypes of one of the villains. Like, the Michaela Blindside is just one of the most brutal things in Survivor.
It is. All right. Well, Blake, before we get to your Sawyer Scheitler says, gave you so much hate for the Sydney Gillen snub. How to make up for it with some love. Love you guys. Also, Tag, we partied together at the 46 premiere / finale. Love to see you here. Miss you. With
Oh,
a nice super chat. Thank you, Sawyer.
wow. I remember that. That 46 was the 46 was a fun series of parties.
It was. I went to 2 of those. That was
Was
wild.
that the one where you were at New York, Phil?
No, that was 44. We went to New
Oh.
York for 44. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. All right, Blake, close out the podcast.
All right. So we didn't have any fun picks. We all took this pretty literally. And I knew I had an option to pick last. So I'm going to choose the accounting department / budgetary restrictions of Survivor 43 on of why it didn't go back to 39 days after
Oh,
COVID
that's CBS,
was over.
dog.
Yeah,
So
we're out
not
on
CBS,
you, Blake.
That's not SEG.
Take a
CBS
person.
production / Jeff is my pick for okay, I can't do that.
I almost picked Butch from Amazon
But
because he
for burning down the shelter with Jenna's sorority trinkets in it.
because I had to rough list for everyone else.
I almost went Erica from 41 for hitting the
Hitting the
hourglass. and
hourglass.
Let's
ruining
get some
everything.
more things because that was my actual pick. Now that Jay's gone,
Erica just goes, "Yo, this is like really unfair. I'm not gonna do it."
Yeah, she's a villain for doing that and then winning the season. It's her fault.
I think I'll do some recency bias. I think I'll do some 50 stuff. I feel like this was a thought process. This is going to go for Jesse. If Savannah Louie was in the first 12 seasons, she would be the most insane. Like, damn, if you come at her, you best not miss.
Mhm.
Yes, she has some stories where she's like, everybody was mean to me at the news station. Yes, she has some stories of why does that person keep using my bag? But I think ultimately there was you did not want to be against Savannah because she ran right through you.
Mhm.
She ran right through you at Final Tribal. She ran right through you at the fire making.
Mhm.
Savannah is, I think, a new standard of villainous woman. That if you're a villainous woman in your mind and you're walking into Survivors 50 through 57, you're going to go, I'm going to play like Savannah. Whatever she does on 50, I'm excited for it. I think if it's, can she interact with some people on my tribe from before? Yes, I'd love to see Savannah and Missy talking as Russell Hantz walks up or whatever. Like, could you imagine? I do think Savannah Louie is enough not enough. I think she is a villain. She's just a villain that won, and you didn't get. If she had gotten second place, if that jury had made her pay for her transgressions,
girl,
I think we would have gotten all
Right,
different
edit.
kinds of confessionals.
Yeah. We have I like that pick, Blake. We have Ryan Chanlisi and Stacy robbed goddesses. I honestly thought there was a chance you'd go Stacy from your most underrated player from Fiji, Stacy.
Okay, we can't pick the same people all the time, guys. Or you get restraining orders, and I'd rather. I think Savannah clears the sixth best person from Fiji. So
I like it. So let's do. I know it's 2 hours 15 minutes. We're gonna be done in a second here, but just like who were some of the last people you guys had? I had Laura Moret and Brad Culpepper.
Culpepper was on
Good
up
one.
there.
Gabe from 47 was on my list, and I had War Dog, but I already have 2 Edge people, and Dom obviously, but I feel like we've talked a lot of Doms in the other podcasts.
probably
Yeah.
Say and Tarzan.
Probably saying Rome.
Chris
That's what
Noble and Drew Christie. I don't know if we ever hit that type of like jock bro who thinks they're running the show.
Yeah.
But that was almost. I almost took Chris Noble with my last pick.
Yeah, we
Jatia was
Mhm.
on mine, and also
Hero,
somebody
queen.
Somebody
Don't
commented
want to hear it,
earlier-
Tag. Okay, she's a literal goddess.
I didn't. Again, not a bad thing. Earlier, somebody commented earlier saying like, Brenda is a villain for what she did to
The
Dawn.
teeth, yeah.
Brenda's not on my list, but you know who in fact is on my list? Dawn, for voting out
Yeah.
Brenda. Brenda was right, Team Brenda.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got Ryan Chan saying both Jamie's robbed. This was the one here. Daryl Seymour Rome got snubbed. So did Say. Got cool shots with $1.99, and then another one here that says $1.99. Joel from Micronesia, forgotten villain. Love Joel from
shit,
Micronesia.
That's a good pick.
Good
Get
one.
dragging set.
I don't care.
I heard
Cool
my
shot
ankle.
77
I know.
wins at
I,
the
I
end.
hit my head. I know.
I don't
I also-
care.
I also
I
had
don't care.
Genevieve on mine.
Mm.
Again, I don't know if she's necessarily a villain, but definitely villainous moves there, and also a villainous edit with like the thinking about things and
The
Mhm.
assassin.
yeah.
Pete Yurkowski was on my
Pete
list.
Yurkowski's a good
too.
one.
He was there. He was on
One
the
of
on
Blake's-
board.
One of Blake's top 10 snubs from June that somehow didn't make his top 50 snubs a week ago. I can't get over the Joel from Micronesia one. He was my most underrated castaway on the Patreon when we did that season. I love Joel from Micronesia. He is insane. When he looks at the camera at that one, he's like, we're going to kill them. And that's his like confessional before he goes into
Joel
the,
and Jonathan on the season together.
yeah, he has the Patrick Warburton voice kind of thing going on. Yeah, and then he goes, if Joel versus Jonathan, that's the problem though, is Joel's old now, but love him. Yeah, Blake throws in Jimmy T. There's a lot of really good villains here.
Well,
Dan the
Postman.
technically, it's Jimmy Johnson because he didn't let Jimmy T play.
That's
but
true. That's true. Karen, she wouldn't let the women make an alliance because
He
she
was
just
on my list. I was like, do I meme the whole thing and put Karen and Butch?
Would you guys have gotten mad if I said Stephanie LaGrossa?
no.
Stephanie was on
No.
my list. Stephanie was on my
She's
list.
a villain.
I
feel
almost
Yeah,
like-
put
Guatemala. He's like full villain.
yeah. I just was like,
What about Suri?
somebody would
Was
have been
Suri-
like, she was on the Heroes Tribe, Blake. Are
I
you
know, but like
stupid?"
Suri, for
Well,
everyone
I'm
is
so
just
glad you
considered
brought
a
that up.
villain because of Micronesia. She was like so instrumental in like the most villainous move in the show's history, and like gets no flack for it.
I think maybe earlier on, I either thought this or I said this out loud. I can't remember. On the podcast, I said, I don't know if I want to do this one. And it was Suri. It was like my third round. I was genuinely going to pick Suri, but I knew everyone was going to be like, what are you talking about? So it's
I
Suri.
wouldn't have hated it.
She is the Black Widow.
Mhm.
She is the one who like said you got to use all of that stuff. And obviously it was all of them, but like she gets away with a lot of stuff because she's likable. And I love it. But like, if you look at it on paper, woman's a villain, and I love it. It's great.
She was a
Okay.
traitor.
She was a trade. She plays a great trader game. I love it. We're gonna put up the rankings, or you guys are gonna get to pick the rankings on Instagram when McKenna puts that out. So that'll be important. Rome gave his take of Phil, Teg, Will, Blake, McKenna. I like that one. That's a good
That's
ranking.
wrong, but it's
That's a
fine.
good. I like that ranking.
I'm
Incorrect.
actually not mad at it.
I like that ranking. Thank you, Rome. Appreciate it. It's the official ranking according to Daryl Seymour. All right. Well, that was a fun episode. Next week, we're doing alliances, and that's going to be a draft as well. So that'll be a fun one, and that's going to be a little bit more random. Blake already has his head in his hands. He forgot that that's what we were doing. Clearly. Tegwith, what was that?
Dude,
You look
where-
like
I really want to get first round draft pick.
you,
Got that
she
one.
need- yeah, I mean, Black Widow.
Black
is
Widow
going
Brigade
first.
and then everything else.
Yeah. So
Can
that's
we
gonna be the
name
easiest-
50 alliances?
It's gonna be pairs at that point. It's be like,
Yeah,
"You're
you don't have to
low."
have a name for it. I mean, look, the Chewy Gon 5, speaking of great alliances, was the
Whoa.
name of that alliance. You know, Brian Iger,
We're getting
That one is
Okay.
I'm gonna have to like start prepping for that one now. I need to
Yeah.
start researching now for that one.
thank God they dropped all the 50 stuff and we already knew it was happening. Otherwise, that would be brutal. So, anyway, next Wednesday night, Alliance draft. Thursday, tomorrow, Will and I recap an episode number 7 of The Traders. Friday night, McKenna and John and Blake jumping on to talk and do seasons 11 through 20 of Celebrating Survivor. If you didn't listen to the first episode, I thought that was a really fun discussion about kind of the history and what was going on with the show and everything like that. And then next week, Blake, Will, we got to do everything you need to know about Rizzo and Savannah next week. Got to happen at some point. We'll do that at some point, everybody, or the week after. It's got to happen soon, though, or people are going to forget what they need to know. And we have to do those just to get them in the series. You know,
Yeah.
we can't leave them out, those poor people.
The
Sure,
completionist.
we did the defining episodes. We're on this.
I know. The Finding episodes are out. If you haven't listened to those, go check it out. And if you want our takes about the 50 cast authentically, we did a whole 50 series over the summer where we broke down the cast reaction and we did a Brant steal. We did all that stuff. So go back and revisit all of that fun. Me and Blake did a tribe breakdown. So
legacies, winning chances, connections. I mean, it's all been covered.
where did the fans' hands land? We did
Where
that one.
the
Never
fans' hands
forget.
land?
All right. That's it. Tegwith, when's your next thing?
It's on Sunday. Sunday at 5 p.m. I'm talking to Carly Folamont, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. She's a casting director in New York City. She does movies and stuff, and she is a Survivor fan. So she's my next guest on Surviving the Fandom. It's going to be a really, really fun talk. She's going to be interesting because she's not necessarily within the like big fandom. She's just, I would say, probably a more casual fan. But I'm really excited to talk to her, get her perspective on New Era and all that good stuff. It's going to be a fun chat.
Love it. Can't wait for that one. And whenever Australian Survivor officially releases cast, McKenna and I will be jumping on to jump in and do that. They've told us so many different things. We have a premiere date
Occupations,
finally
listed
this
those
23rd.
out in the sand, and like,
Don't get it. I don't understand what they're doing. So we'll be getting to that cast breakdown whenever that comes out, and then we'll be starting our Australian Survivor coverage at the end of the month. So thank you all so much for listening. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.